Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and welcome to a twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn livestream on twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn. This is the police. Put 'em up. It's time for you to come in wet. Or dry, I guess. Just put 'em up. Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and welcome to twitch.tv/ you already said it. Welcome, Mage Lord Exilbirth, Hologram 1, it's a secret to every pony, Looney 700, and Brent Geary. How's everybody doing today? Have you been arrested recently? Because you will be rather shortly, because today, it's the police. We're playing This is the Police, a game which I played, it's 2 years ago now? I don't know. First time, I recorded a few episodes on the old YouTubes there of This is the Police. I was scrolling through my Steam list before the live stream trying to decide what to play, and remembered it very fondly. Remembered that I screwed it up pretty horribly in the first couple of days, and wanted to come back to it. So, This is the Police. Huh? How do you like me? Take your finger off the trigger. All right, for trigger safety for everyone, says Looney 700. Wait, he does a face palm. Face palm. Trigger off the. I'm sorry, I have my finger on the trigger. And I was like, There's no way it's been 2 years, says Pony. I'm sorry, 4 years, 7, whatever. I'm old. This channel is old. I'm old hat. I don't know why any of you are still watching. Face guns, says Hologram 1. Okay, so don't play with guns, kids, is the first lesson of this. This is what you're gonna learn from the playthrough. You don't want to play with guns. Treat them respectfully. Unless they got, like, an orange tip on them. If they got an orange tip on them, then they're safe. Maybe. Unless you painted the orange tip on there to throw people off, in which case they're not safe. It is a very social experiment type game, Sister Mason, yes. And I couldn't be brought to not play it my way. So today, I'm going to make all the same errors again, because I refuse to play this any other way than my way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hang on. Yeah, we're good. This is the wait, no, hang on, it's just, I gotta go and click on the thing and get it open. This is the police. I mean, that's my desktop.
Usually,
there, but
before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it.
I love this game.
Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this. But in fact, it's the quietest and safest place in town.
And he's got my hairline.
You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice.
Also,
the place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures.
Polygonal boobies.
Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
This is the police. Come out with your fake guns up, you bastards. Or I'll do something. I'll kill you. Shoot. always happen. Oh, I put it in backwards. That's... Just probably should have loaded it first. Welcome to This Is the Police. Welcome back to This Is the Police. Hey, Paul, and sorry for being late. Snacks weren't ready yet, says Chief Twitch. It's not KSP. When's KSP coming? I don't know. You know, whenever it gets here. What the hell just happened? Did everybody else see like a giant pink... Did my wings sprout out for a second? What the hell was that? Just flashed something. Pink underneath me. Holograms can't be stabbed, says Looney 700. Can they be shot? Can they be shot? There's something in your teeth is this thing. I feel like there's something in your teeth. Have you done any? You need to brush more. Or floss. Paul and I made snacks. When are you playing KSP? Oh, just in 5 minutes from now. Stick with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to This Is the Police. It's going to be a lot of him talking. Actually, it's really good. And here we see an American who is woefully incompetent with a gun. No, I had my finger on the trigger and I was flossing with it. You just don't know my culture's, you know, practices. Over here, alright, you want to just, you lather up a little bit, you know, and, you know, you want to really scrub, get the dirt off of there, okay, and don't miss, you know, it's the armpits, tits, and crotch. That's what you do there, so you just, yeah. Don't forget the anus. Oh! Jesus. Okay, the thing came out again. That'll happen when you, remove a pistol from your anus. It happens every time to me. Hey, I put it in the right way. This is the police. So average American. Indeed. Continue. No, new game. New game plus, even. Starting a new game will remove the current save data. If you saved the save game data from 9 years ago when we first played the game, good luck for you. I gotta put on my private, investigator voice now. Mayor Rogers, sex maniac? ? Okay, and someone has spilled their seed. Oh no, that's a coffee ring on there. City Hall confirms rumors of Jack Boyd's resignation. Who's Jack Boyd and what's he resigning from? Probably the city comptroller. Does anyone actually know what that guy does? Because I think I should run for it. I mean, he gets paid, right? Doesn't he? Mark War 2 be shown in Freiburg the day before the worldwide premiere. By the mayor's personal request. Okay, Mark War 2? Is it like a war between, you know, Wahlberg and Markiplier? Is that what's going on? Let's go to work. Head to work. Hey, she turned... Oh, no, I thought she started up on the first one. Always got to give her a little bit of the, you know... I usually get under the hood and spray, just prime it a little bit to get this thing up. I mean, it's a Toyota Tercel, 1994. I spray painted the hood and doors black myself.
When I was a kid... My father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, in your house? But I still take his advice.
A
Not
Catholic
because
priest?
I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory
Because I hear
of my
they work
father
with
alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freiburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold.
It's Wahlberg.
24/7.
Marky Mark. Good movie
Plus,
coming out.
it's a good idea to act
apparently.
blind when talking to
second
reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional.
Just like Dad,
no matter
the
what
old priest with the
tell,
demons in the
you're
closet.
privately
Yeah.
thinking the honest
It's good to
answers.
have, you know, friends
It helps
in low
me
places.
remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher.
Clearly, Father was a child rapist. I mean, Catholic priest. Catholic priest is what I mean. Clearly, I mean, you just listen to how he speaks. Mentions it every time. Demons, preachers, confessionals.
This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell.
Yeah, he's been
Not
crazy
because
for
I
years. His
subconsciously
dad really
blame
screwed him
everyone
up.
else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go.
I'll be damned.
I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them.
How about smoking, loose women, drinking, rubbing your crotch with your pistol?
I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. played
I can't
blind.
paint this any other way.
I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
So, here we are. We're at the press conference. Officer John Pullen reporting for duty. We're ready to go. Everyone? Shit. Oh. Good morning. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? Do I say it was a surprise? Do I say the mayor discussed it with me? I've been expecting this bullshit from the mayor, or what's the difference? Now, today, could everyone be quiet, please? Thank you. Today, I've just become aware of the fact that, apparently, there's a whole lot of shithole countries that, we are letting people in from in this country. So, I think anytime that we mention shitholes or bullshit, we should probably just go with that answer. Because, you know, that's what our president of the United States of America thinks is you know, diplomacy. I mean, even if he's just a racist, you know, cocksucking, ignorant shitbag fucker, you would think that the job would denote like a certain kind of, maybe I shouldn't just call the other nations in the world shitholes. Nope, apparently not. So I have been expecting this bullshit from the mayor. Oh, there go the cameras. Jesus, okay. Sorry, yeah, no, I knew that. It's just a bit of a joke. Me and the mayor, we always... He's from one of those shithole nations is the thing. What are you gonna do? A black woman in the audience, this is the 50s. Shooter, she looks dangerous. This isn't the 50s. Just because I've got the, just because I've got the detective pawn voice out doesn't mean this is the 50s. Now, take your machismo and walk it out of here, Steinbeck. Are those 50? Those aren't 50s things. I don't know. I was reaching. You should do a history of the UK, I guess. What? Quote, ignorant douchebag should be... Who said that? GB Twitch. Did I say that? Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise? Mayor Rogers is a dishonorable, corrupt politician, and he's been waiting for an opportunity to get rid of me. I think I might have just ended the game accidentally. Do you already know the name of your successor? Who cares? Yeah, I've done my job, and I'm just about finished with it. Soon, my only interest will be cigars and jazz. I frankly don't care who takes my place. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy Francis Kendrick said he was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? I'd be happy, you know, because I'd be out of here. It's hard to say, but I can't think of a more deserving candidate than Captain Kendrick. I don't know who these people are, but, you know, I'm giving credit where credit isn't due. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? Well, our standards for the day are anything that involves the word shit, shithole, or bullshit. We gotta go with bullshit. Excuse me, but that's a pile of horse shit. No. Bullshit. It comes from two different animals. The mafia and the police working together? Maybe they're in cahoots with the aliens. The mafia are a bunch of low-life criminals. How about someone ask a real question? And then we don't get any real questions. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? Definitely. We've been having sex for just way too long. I think he's found a new guy. Of course it's the reason. Personal relations are always important, no matter what anyone says. Latra, that's how it was done back then. What was done back then? Every time was better in the 80s, even racism, says GP Twitch. You know, there's a part of me that agrees with that, GP's Twitch, in that, so, I recently watched, what's the new movie on Netflix with Will Smith, it's already old hat? The one where it's like demons, not demons, that's his thing, the thing with fairies and ogres and whatnot. I watched that one, and it was doing the racism thing, but from clearly a writer who is just has no idea what he's writing about and couldn't stay committed to it, and just, you know, the first act had like this light whitewashed version of what, you know, racism is about, and then the rest of it just abandoned it and said, let's do a Will Smith action summer movie, which is fine. It was entertaining, it was good. I just expected something more that wasn't there, and it made me reflect on 48 Hours. A movie which I recommend you watch. 48 Hours. Not another 48 Hours, but the original 48 Hours. I believe it's Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy. Kind of the buddy cop scenario, except Eddie Murphy is actually a criminal who gets pulled out of prison so that he can help Nick Nolte find the bad guys, get the money back, blah, 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 blah. The racism in that movie is... It's dead on, just... It is actual, real racism. Bureaucratic racism, police, against inner-city blacks racism. It is dead on, and it's like, it doesn't pull its punches. It is just... it's the way that they talk, it's the conversation of the day, it's everything about that, and the racism is real and true to life. And the kind of, like, pussified, like, fake-ass racism that we get in television and movies and media that just discredits what, like, the depth of how bad it is and how deeply it permeates society is... It just drew it out. When I saw 48 Hours a couple of months back again, it was just like, wow... This is real, and this is, like, how racism actually works. And then you watch the television shows that are going to address racism in their, safe for Disney kind of way. I recommend watching 48 Hours. Racism was better in the 80s because artists and movie makers were being real about it. As well as most of the movies in the 80s were better, because, it was the 80s. Like RoboCop, you think they could make that today? Oh, they tried. Yeah. No. Cheer 5. Hey, Paul, have you heard about that thing with the Dutch ambassador guy who got burned hard by the press where he called his own comments fake news and all the journalists then refused to let it go? I haven't, but I'm glad that we're exporting Trumpism. Moving on. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Everything's bullshit. The mayor sucks. I'm out.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
But I just said he was such a nice guy at the press conference. Kendrick, get in here! Listen to the Foley. I'm not doing that. It's a cigar, not a dick. It's good. It's good.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes,
I'm
white
in a
socks,
nutshell.
white shorts,
Someone get
white
me out of the
polo
nut
shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark.
Yeah, he's white.
Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place.
Whitey McWhiteKins.
Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology.
Walking in
He
with his
never
whitey
shied away
tighties.
from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
On the old white courts.
I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
Yeah, well, I did call you an asshole. I just figured I should probably leave.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough, I won't be here at all.
So fuck you, buddy. I'm out. You suck. You suck. You suck.
To you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and
Jesus.
And you'll be remembered as a hero.
I'm stuck here for
That's
6
the
friggin'
only
months.
thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon.
Hey!
180 days of quiet. Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me.
Well, I gotta put my friggin' Lego set back together,
I have
you
a new
dick.
assistant, Troy Starr.
Probably
if you
won't.
have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, we won't bother Troy Starr, Mayor's new personal assistant.
Quit
That would be
smoking up
rude.
the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
Yeah, in 6 friggin' months, I'm stuck here.
I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number.
Only the mayor.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
I love this game. I do enjoy this game. I haven't played, there's no gameplay here, but I do enjoy this game. Oh, Jesus, could you turn down the background audio? This, Ronan Pony's right, you should give Discovery another chance. Nope. Nope, you gotta be a responsible consumer, and when CBS's practices do what they do, be a responsible consumer. Not gonna support it, not gonna watch it, not gonna anything. And that way, the artists who want to make like television like that, they won't go to CBS again to do it. You know, that's no, sir. I'm out of Discovery. I did look at the website for downloading this thing. Somebody mentioned to me it's Phase 9, Stage 9, Hole 9. I don't know. Anyway, I looked at it today. Didn't click the download button yet. It'll be coming. Cheer 5. Damn it, Paul, and just torrent it, says GP Switch. Yes, robbing it, and then we can all talk about it and promote it for them. What? Who cheered before you then? Cheer 5. Oh, you cheer 5. Yeah, I see. Well-directed episodes, tons of CGI, crappy writing, and not an original idea anywhere. So better than 90% of the shows out there, says Rune Antilles. Yeah! Head of Culture Department owns villa in Italy. Well, why wouldn't they? They're culturally, you know, they should be. Civil servants' wages won't be raised this year. Yeah, well, you know, they haven't been doing anything for me. I just keep getting parking tickets. I don't want to pay them anymore. The more they slack on the job, the better off I am. Cleanness of city streets increased by 20%. You mean like cleanliness? I'm not sure cleanness is a word. Usually see two N's back to back like that. Is cleanness a word? Not cleanliness, but cleanness. Increased by 20%. Also, given the mayor's propensity, I think maybe cleanness is just like code for whiteness. You know, 20% more black people jailed this week than ever before. Let's head back to work. I got, how many more days of this? I got, what did they say? 179 more days of this shit.
Anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together.
Sex, yes.
The only people eating here are ghosts.
What are you gonna do? Huh? Oh, there's a ghost.
My deputy,
in the corner.
Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts.
I was right.
The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg.
How spoopy.
No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered.
Is it more than 179?
I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight.
That's how many I'm stuck here for.
Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk.
I think I got a ghost.
Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Did anyone hear a spoopy meow? I heard it. Hey, there's a game in this game. Look at that. Welcome to the tutorial. Would you like to receive tips about how the game works? Yeah, I have I'm a 60-year-old police chief a few months away from retirement. I don't need anyone telling me how to do my effing job. I inserted the effing into this shithole country. Show me what you got. I need to know. Freeburg PD organizes upcoming work assignments into shifts for today and tomorrow. Every shift, office... guys, with the locker room noise. We could do without it. Could you just, like, wrap your junk in towels for a minute? Every shift, officers respond to crimes in progress, and detectives continue their investigations. You can freely move employees between shifts. Also, there is a reading course being held in the auditorium to your left in case you can't get through a single sentence without stumbling on your words. And especially if your job is, talking. All officers and detectives possess several important characteristics. Abrams has 1,230 and likes to drink beer and is a friggin' 5-star general, apparently. Guys, please, with the just wrap towels around it, okay? There's no need to be slamming your penises off of the lockers like that. It's just rude and loud. And also the janitors are complaining about the sticky on the handles. Professionalism shows the overall efficiency level of your policeman. That's this number, apparently. A figure around 150 is considered average, so Abrams is God. Bullets just slide off of him. Any policeman who falls short of this mark is not entirely reliable, while those whose professionalism is considerably higher than average are a safe bet, even in a pinch. An individual's level of professionalism may rise and fall over the course of their career, as well as a YouTuber's ability to read. Energy shows how tired your policemen are. Ah, there's the energy bar. The less energy your people have, the less reliable their work. Any policeman who's exhausted might fall asleep at the wheel. Wake up, you're asleep at the wheel. Wake up, you're asleep at the wheel. 247, Highway Heaven, something, something. Don't know the lyrics. It's Bloodhound Gang. Go look it up. It was pretty good back in the 80s. It wasn't the 80s. They could make a critical error on the job. Your employees lose 1 point of energy after each working day and restore 1 point after each day of rest. So he can work for 3 more days, and then he'll be completely exhausted, and he's probably already ready to run somebody over. The less energy, the less reliable their work. So probably, anything in the 2s is not good, is what I'm going to guess. Your employees don't tell you everything. Some additional characteristics are hidden from view. For instance, some cops are lazy. The 11th Precinct of Detroit, in particular, and will come up with any reason they can think of to take the day off, while others like to drink too much. Well, we all just, I can't hold that against anybody, really. Oh, sweet nectar. You can only guess about these things, but you should be able to draw your own conclusions based on the behavior of your employees, as well as the bags around their eyes and the enlarged nose, and the sniffing all the time. Sudden spikes of energy during the day. Hey, you want to go catch some bad guys? And then you catch somebody. He's like, you want to write this one up for me? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Hey, no, I got it. I'll take this one. I got the write up. You go have sex with hookers and find me one for later. So this is Shift B. I'm going to click the Start the Day button because apparently that's just where we are. It's what we're doing. Took you 26 minutes to get to the tutorials, as Looney700. It's a story... Yeah. There we go. It's a story. It's mostly a movie until this point, apparently. Damn it, Pawn, I need my Kerbal Space Program Planet Coaster fix. We'll definitely Planet Coaster it up soon. Definitely, maybe. And Kerbal, eventually. Pawn, I resent a pirating link for you on Discord. Just so that everybody in the room knows, I sent you a torrent file where you, Pawn, a person who's, in the media, can steal someone else's media and then watch it, just so that, we'll just keep it down. Pawn! Pawn! I sent you an illegal link! Thank you, Hologram 1. Thank you. Also, female cops in the 50s. It's not the 50s. Why does everyone assume it's the 50s? We got Whitey McWhites in there. I mean, it could be. But I don't think so. I think it's modern day. I mean, look at some of these hairstyles. That one in particular. What? What are we doing? Huh? 15. Okay, so there are events, and they come up on a map, and then we send police there. The easiest way to determine how difficult a task might be is to check how many units you are allowed to send on the call. The more units you can send, the more serious the alleged threat. Particularly risky missions give you the option of sending SWAT, but they must be accompanied by at least one officer. Yeah, because the SWAT really needs help from the uniforms. Good call, game. We've got a hit and run here. Oh wait, the number of slots is not the only thing to consider. Any available information from the location of the crime scene to the presence of weapons and so on. All of this can tell you seriously. 100% changes in the... A mission might look simple at first glance until it turns into a brutal meat grinder, or a serious call can come in which turns out to be a false alarm. Never can know. It's intriguing, isn't it? It boggles the mind. We've got a hit and run at the Everyday Mall. A married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot back over a homeless man who'd been digging through a trash can. Well, what do we care about him? He's not a taxpayer. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that he'd hit a bum, he got back in the van and quickly drove away, because bums don't matter at all, do they? Coachy, you're one of my best officers, and take Price here and go catch the guy who ran over the bum. We care about bums, which is why I'm sending Coachy out. We don't care about them enough, which is why I'm sending Price out as well. Get out there, Coachy and Hoachy, men, whatever. I insist we take the middle ground. It's the 80s, and any moment now someone with a mullet is going to show up. Do you want me to take the cap off? Because I can mullet this thing up, buddy. There's a fight at the last picture show theater. A theater manager reports that during a showing of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater, carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. Boggles the mind. When he was denied, I entertain me. Join me. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and is currently fighting with the theater's security guard. Wait, I didn't actually read that. So he's drunk. He tried to force his way into theater, carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. A snowboard. It's spoilers, but it's a snow globe, is what Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently... No, it was not a snow globe. It's a sled, is what it's... Parallel cheering button. Mullet it up, buddy. It's okay. After the break. We're near the end of this game. We're gonna switch soon. We're still in the tutorial day. Violently attacked the carrier. He's currently fighting with the theater's guard. Yancey, get in there with our best loser officer. Send Austin as well. You know, I got people. Send them out. It's like XCOM. You send one good guy and one shit guy, and then they just kind of draw each other toward the middle. You know, one of them. I wonder if that happens. If you send like a really bad officer with a really good one, and then the bad one, like, Jesus, it's starting to rain. The bad one, you know, influences the good one, and they come back like addicted to cocaine and drinking on the job, or, you know, beating minorities and calling foreign countries shitholes in the office of the presidency. An armed robbery in the suburbs. 3 teenagers armed with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with their whole collection of adult movies. The criminals fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the car's license plate. The owner is one Janet Brown, who lives in the suburbs. Well, I should have saved Yochi and Yance. We're sending Purdy and Tsubaki. Okay, I need my bestest officer. I can't send, like, SWAT on this? We've got 3 teens with a shotgun robbed a... That's not a Purdy Tsubaki kind of a thing. Oh, okay. What do you got? Johnson, Juergen, and Katz law firm has a fight. A brother and sister clashed with each other over their deceased father's will. According to one of their lawyers, we don't dare separate them, and our security guard is off duty tonight. Asano, you can handle this yourself. It's just, you know, some people are fighting. She knows Kung Fu, last I checked. Move the chat so we can actually see the effing sit rep spawn. What? What? These? You don't want to be able to see your own chat? Oh, well, Hologram 1, you convince everyone else. Wait a second. What's this? When everything goes well, the police capture the criminals and nobody dies. But the truth is, sometimes the criminals manage to escape. Just try to avoid any dead cops or civilians. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and dead citizens bother the mayor even more than living ones. So they got away? No, we caught him! We caught the dude. And they both got better. Price especially, who is 900 years old and shouldn't be a police officer. And meanwhile, the fight at the other place, we caught them too. Yancey and Austin. Civilians unharmed, officers unharmed. Beautiful work, everyone. Really worried about those teens with the shotgun. That was kind of the most important thing of the day, and I had to send sort of the C squad. They were kind of the B squad. B squad, I'd say. Yeah. I'm just gonna go here. I don't even want to know what's gonna happen with the shotguns and the teenagers. Impeach Looney, says Hologram 1. What? Should I? Should I impeach? Alright, hang on. Maybe, what I could do, maybe, is I could just, like, you could come down here. Huh? Until, like, other things start popping up, and then that's going to be a problem. I'll have it, like, there. For now. Is that better? I don't know. In the ghetto, we have an assault. Alright, well, just close it then. Well, we are white, aren't we? A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his guitar and his money. Okay, well, let's go get him. Yancey's back up. Yancey, you go in. I'm saving coaching in case somebody shows up with a shotgun again. Yancey, you take Price out there, an elderly musician, so you'll be able to relate to the elderly musician, and then Yancey will, you know, take down the teenagers. He'll spank them, or something, you know. It's in the ghetto, so, apparently. Ooh, when your cops aren't sure how to proceed, you know, because we've got Whitey McWhite stains on his white trousers, Whitey Whiteston is running the city. Clearly we wouldn't care about the ghetto, right? Parallel cheering 5, could move chat to the left, put the layer over your face, nothing special shows up there. No, my face is important. Your chat is unimportant. Take your chat away and leave my face and the direct orders to do their jobs. When your cops aren't sure how to proceed, they might contact you and ask you how to handle the situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up, but don't waste all your time on this stuff. You have plenty of other problems on your plate. Right. Gonna get through the last 178 friggin' days. I hope it's 8. Did we go through one already? Proceed. So, the vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. So it sounds like those teenagers who robbed the porno shop of videos are sitting there watching porn and, you know, laughing. Because, like, why do you get porn if you're going to sit around with your friends and laugh at it? That's not what it's meant for. That is not what it's meant for. Sneak into the house through an open window. Turn on the siren and loudspeaker and shout that the house is surrounded. Knock on the door, open up the police. Well, it's a private residence. We're not going to sneak into the house through an open window. However, just walking up and saying, "Hey guys," isn't... I want to scare the crap out of them. Turn on the siren and loudspeaker and shout that the house is surrounded, and then they'll give them a chance to get their gun. Well, if we did that, that'd give them a chance to get the gun, and then we'll be closer. I like this better. We got him! We got him! We scared the tits off of them, is what. And then they ran, and nobody grabbed the shotgun because they're all teenagers. They couldn't, like... they were all, like, erect, slightly, trying to hide it from each other, so they couldn't really run well, which is... even Purdy could keep up, and look at her. Now I don't know how good the quality is on a freshly taped VHS tape, but I don't need any crazy low-quality stuff. I just want 576p analog quality with appropriate imperfections. 576p. It's one of your crazy European things, isn't it? You guys, you're just a bunch of shithole countries, aren't you, over there? Hey, a report from the fight. Asano did not catch anybody, but also nothing happened. You lose? You lose your ranking just by not accomplishing anything? I guess that's how the 11th precinct in Detroit got to where it is. That's where I live, and they will burn in hell, is what they'll do. Alright, is that the end of the day? We handled everything. Nobody got killed. Asano became a lesser officer than before. Purdy is a woman? I mean, if not, he's wearing lipstick and earrings. I mean, you know... I don't discriminate on the workforce, but, you know. Ooh, our assault came in. Offender escaped from Yancey and Price. Price is down to 5 again. We brought Price up 1, we brought Yancey up 1, and then we dropped Yancey back down, and we dropped Price back down. What was that? The assault in the ghetto. What were the odds you were going to catch him, you know? In the suburbs, like, criminals in the suburbs are just stupid. They just walk around, like, looking nervous, and you can just tell. You know... In the city where I live, everybody just, you know, looks like they're... The problem is you get enough people, like, walking down the street, like, singing out loud, like, just curse word-filled songs without any earbuds in or anything. They're just singing them, just yelling them and stuff like that. You don't know who's a criminal and who's just crazy and who's just trying to fit in. Who's just doing that so that they don't have someone who's criminal or crazy come up on them. We got through a day. Nobody died. Hoorah. I love your rubber face and polyester hair, says Archie. Oh, thank you. Thank you. The face is... You think it's rubbery? I moisturize. If you think you'll need a couple of extra hands tomorrow, you can order any cop to come in and work overtime. But if they're working flat out, they'll be much more exhausted. Somebody's bound to make a mistake. Like me? You know I'm going to. Price. Good. God. Okay, she's in the yellow. These fellows are in the green. The Brito needs to go home or something. Is there like a way for me to... How do I handle this? I haven't been taught. Can I like drag you around? Look at all these guys are good on the shift A. I don't need any of you guys coming over for tomorrow. I think Price could take a day off. Maybe De Brito too. I don't need these bastards around. But I don't know how to do that. I'm just going to end the day. It's a good day, everybody. Way to go.
It used to be when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin.
Hey, it's not rubbery. I moisturize.
I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story.
Boggles the mind,
isn't just
doesn't
crumbling
it?
under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages.
What did they find?
Heard about the look on his face.
Porno videos.
The fearless policeman standing helpless in horror.
And a shotgun.
I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years, he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point, every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably
I only
sounds
steal
crazy,
15% of the
I
dollars.
sympathize with the guy.
It's the right amount of misery.
What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
With the Catholic priests. Yeah, I know.
Called all
you gotta
of
watch
the
your
people
butthole.
on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
Ooh,
$500,000.
I got a number.
Why not a whole $1,000,000?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
You know, it's easier.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never
A police
knew you for a
commission-
fisherman.
Well,
the police
you never
commissioner
got
can make
into my
$500,000
business,
in
and
6
I'm
months.
not trying to get into
I'm in the wrong
yours.
line of work. I
But
quit.
be careful about
I'll
bringing
see y'all
in any
later.
other cops.
Should listen.
Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack.
Yeah, the
I
priests, they
remember
put the
what
finger.
you said,
Never mind.
but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sandman!
Sand.
Never again. I saw that movie. It was horrible.
Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always
Is he
wears
that guy?
old-fashioned
Or
jeans
that lady?
and knitted
That would
sweaters.
be a real twist.
Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid
Sounds
hunter,
like a good
I
dude.
hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd
Sounds
never
like a-
guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back
the
as far
poetry
as
gang?
his great-grandfather.
Yeah,
And Sand
the
is
Kipling
strict about
gang, they call
following
it.
the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies.
Yeah.
Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across.
So pedestrian.
The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
Not since Daddy in the Catholic Church. I won't go there again. Game isn't bad, Hologram 1. You're bad. You're a bad Hologram 1. The worst Hologram 1 I've ever had. Out of all of them. Also the best. You're the only. What? Pawn, you need to shave your beard again. It's coming back way too quick. It comes in, you know, the more you shave it, it just seems to come in more and thicker until you can't do anything about it. It's just eating me. It's choking me. It's moved down my chest. You don't want to know what's happening below the waist. Jesus. This game is seriously trying to make us empathize with a corrupt cop, says Hologram 1. Yeah, you'd have to have a complicated, nuanced perspective on the world for that, you know, wouldn't you? Construction of cinema museum postponed again. Good. Francis Kendrick announces retirement date. Please bring wine. Legendary singer Gennaro Crespo comes to Freeburg. Why are you telling me that? So Kendrick is leaving the force. I don't know. The Golden Bird is really struggling for news if they're reporting about some cop who's decided to retire. Construction of cinema museum. Great. What the hell do I care about? Yes, Pawn. I'm a bad Hologram 1. Punish me. Okay, remind me tomorrow to, like, stop off and get a new battery, because this is just getting stupid. When a police officer is too tired to be effective, he will ask for a day off. What about she? Game, with your genderist bullshit. You need to go to one of those shithole countries. Bullshit countries? Shit country. Sometimes, officers will request days off even when they're at full strength. Some of the reasons you'll hear are far-fetched, while some are very serious. Don't overindulge your subordinates, but don't antagonize them either. Remember that everybody's got secrets, and you've got to make sure these guys have your back. They've all got guns. There's a big sale going on today, and I don't want to miss it. Can I have a day off, says Stovall, who's got full... And he's a 400... How is a 400 level officer, like, asking me for... Can I have a day off so I can go to a sale? Yeah, you can do it, Stovall, because he's a good guy. 400? I want to keep him happy. In addition to their performance ratings, police officers also possess rank. Employees begin at the lowest rank and can be elevated in rank with 1, 2, or 3 stripes. Once a week, you can pass out stripes and improve the rank of any employee. If you think that no one is worthy of the honor some week, you can postpone the ceremony until later. Insignias won't go out until your people are ready. Okay? Rank. Employees begin at the lowest. What does it do, though? You know, it levels them up, makes their star power higher, I presume? They're better on the... Hey! You gave them... Okay, that's what it does. So exactly what I'm asking. It didn't explain. It just shows me how it works. Okay. Employees of rank not only increase in professionalism, but also learn to command. Whenever a ranking officer is on the scene, his or her colleagues are more likely to perform better than usual. Sometimes, when cops gets rank, they needs to takes a shower. Start thinking more seriously about their service. This can mean less drinking and more time spent on the job, less asking for days off to go to the sale at Kmart. Some of them might even turn out to be dependable. So, good idea to give ranks out to all of the shitty officers in order to, you know, hopefully make them better. Roy! I know that name from somewhere. Roy, would you like to be a just, you know, lead everyone else? No? Stovall is off for the day. There's a sale on, so he went home. Stripes. I'm going to hand a stripe out to, you know, somebody who's kind of almost earned it, I guess. Samadhi. Samadhi. I'm giving it to Samadhi. Can I just, if I drag it over? Samadhi. There. Samadhi, I now have a 160, a 150, and a 160. Those are 3 trustworthy officers. The rest of you suck, and I'm hanging on to my stripes for Shift B. Start the day. Freeburg isn't one of those cities where you listen to what they say or nothing at all. Wait. Freeburg isn't one of those cities where you listen to what they say or nothing at all. You can always select any song from your collection and play it any time, just like in real life. Well, the life of your grandfather. Okay. Yeah, no, I see what you were doing there, but that was, So I can choose a song to play. The problem is, are these open source songs? Is this music, usably? I'm gonna pick one. Don't You Leave Me Here, Pierce Pickering Barrel House Jazz Band. G-Tune Limited is a division of Lembow Company, all rights reserved. I don't know if you're messing with me with this, is the problem. What's the other? Show me something else. What do you got? Singing them by John Sangster. G-Tune. Am I allowed to play the G-Tune by Bud Freeman, Bud Meets Bob? And then you, sir, G-Tune, Pierce, it's the Sweet Ginger, Pierce, Pickering, Ragtime 5. Guess what? I don't care enough to not. Let's have some music in the background. She walked into my office. Her legs went on for miles. Oh, no, it went to another place. Yeah, welcome to the fair. We're going to sell you some hay. And don't forget to check out the goat competition later. Let's learn. It's not quite right, either. Let's learn how to hire and fire cops. You're fired! You want a job? I figured it out. So we go to the Affairs tab, we click on the police station. The police station's affairs are in the labor market. You have a certain number of paid job openings for which you can hire any available applicant. Job slots are separated between officers and detectives. Okay? GP switch, cheering 5. Can I... Where's that? Trump ambassador formally apologizes to Dutch for no-go zone claims. Trump ambassador formally apologizes to zone... So, Trump ambassador? Is that like a hyphenated thing? Like, the ambassador who's serving under Trump's regime formally apologizes to the Dutch? Because I'm guessing that the ambassador does not want to be associated with Trump. He doesn't want to be called the Trump ambassador, you know? Nobody wants to be associated. Trump doesn't even want to be associated with himself. He's the only one, actually. A Trumpist actually apologized. I don't... Really? That can't be. If he apologizes, then he's clearly not a Trumpist. He was a fake... It was hashtag fake Trumpist. This music has, like, vocals to it. Oh, that would... I don't know that that's... I mean, I've got music with vocals in it that's open source. We'll find out, won't we? Julian Godbomber. Really? Julian Godbomber. Hire for Shift A, hire for Shift B. I've got, I have one opening for police, apparently, right now. Just in case, detective. My goodness, look at him. Professionalism of 700, political views unknown. Well, we need to ask them about their political views, then. Why can I scroll down? Not with the scroll wheel, apparently. Oh, there we go. Do I have to... What? Oh, there it happens. What the frig is going on? So these are all the detectives. Frank Drebin looks the most detective-y. He looks a little bit homeless and a little bit like a detective, you know, from the... so, do I have to, like, pay these guys more, then? Why would I not hire the best dude? You know, why would I hire Frank Drebin? That would be just stupid. It would be just stupid, that would be, if I hired Frank Drebin for Shift B. Want to free up a slot? Time to fire somebody. What? I have to fire somebody? It's Moser, get out of here. Should we get rid of the good guy, Beasley, in order to make room? I thought you said I had room for dudes. Roy, you're fired. Fire you. Goodbye, Roy. If you have legal grounds for termination, no one will ask any questions. You might need to fire them anyway, legality be damned, but that could land you in additional proceedings, and your other staff will become more worried about keeping their jobs than they are about actually doing their jobs. Police actually doing their jobs? In this city? Not in Detroit. Another way, there were some. Some of them helped. They did. They're not regular cops, though. They're definitely not from the 11th Precinct, either. I don't know who to trust. Another way to free up a slot is to have a police officer killed, but that's not really a valid option. Right? Couldn't make that happen. That would be unethical. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Right? Okay. Fire legally. You're too old. The hell out of here. I could have fired illegally. You're too old. Piss off. Labor market. So I hired Frank Drebin. I've got 2 slots for cops now. 2 cop slots, so to speak. I'm liking, I'm going to pick up someone who's not a million years old. I'm going to pick up Tim McDonald, because, you know, McDonald's, right? For Shift A or for Shift B? I don't know. Where the hell do we need it? Go to back to the personnel. Here's Shift A. Show me Shift B. Do I scroll down to get the... Oh, now the scroll's working. Shift B has all these folks on it, and Shift A has them folks. So Shift A needs a replacement, and Shift B could just have an extra for some reason? Maybe because you're cycling them, Pawn. They're in and out. Ah, yes. You do need some overlap then, don't you? Back to the labor market. Tim McDonald, you're going into Shift A. Okay? And then Tyler Robbins, you're going in for Shift B. I'm not going for the good people. Screw them. Screw them. They're just going to be uppity. You know, these people will appreciate the hire, and then I can fire them later because they won't be good at the job. You know, you don't want to put yourself back yourself against a wall. Vandalism at St. John's Cathedral. We received a frightened call from the local cathedral. This morning, the abbot discovered that someone entered the old cemetery during the night. The old yard's tombstones are painted with satanic symbols, and some of them have been broken into pieces. I heard a noise. It's the old tombstones painted with satanic symbols, and some have been broken into pieces. It seems there were even marks from a shovel, but the abbot would say no more. Well, this is a very concerning, who's Roy? You've been fired. Let's just go ahead and send Roy out there with, it's just not an important call for me. Birch Jr., I'm gonna drag you down. Oh, and look, Birch is here. Jesus, he's a sad-looking guy. So father and son, they need to be fired. They suck. I need to send you with someone. We need these to actually, like, go good for us. Or at least we need to send somebody who can, you know, suffer the consequences without getting screwed up. Grant, get in there. I'm not wasting resources on some kids shoveling up or breaking some tombstones or something like that. We'll look into it, you know. We're the police. But, you know, we only got so many people on staff, and 911, our response time is about an hour and a half here in the city of Detroit. Literally. Businessman Harley Jones, looking out his window, saw two teenagers scratching offensive slogans on his new car. They were covered in dirt and were carrying chunks of headstones. I think these two might be connected. I just made that up. That isn't in there. In case you're listening and not watching, let the cathedral burn, says Hologram 1. Roy sues your ass and becomes mafia boss. Hey, if you got enough money. Businessman saw two teenagers scratching offensive slogans into the car. That's going to be, Robbins, get out there and take Birch. I don't think your son is going to make it, buddy. Take Birch out. I'm going to just get rid of these guys. Right. And then somebody else comes along. Yeah, so far it's just like some kids screwing around, you know. What, this isn't, is this what I come in for? This is day 150 whatever. Vandalism report came in. Yeah, he got away, surprisingly. Officer Roy can't get any lower. Just dead. You're dragging Officer Grant down with you though, Roy. What are you doing? Suspicious individual Eddie's Burgers. A waitress named Mila reports that she just served a chicken Eddie and a Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal who she'd seen on television just this morning. The culprit is sitting at the window, eating a burger. I'm actually remembering these things. Now, I'm going to send Birch Jr. out with Vandal, because, if I remember correctly, I won't ruin it for you. Vandalism. Yeah, he got away. He got away. I mean, somebody saw him from the top of a tower. This sucks. This sucks that, you know, you lose points just for going and then, you know, you didn't catch the guy. Like, circumstances being what they are, you're not always going to catch the guy. Do your job, show up, make people feel safe, you know, let them know that you're going to be there, that you got a response time. That's your role. If you can't, you know, catch every dude, that's fine. But make people, it's a false alarm. The waitress had mistaken retired Officer Frank Nero for the fugitive in question. That's what I remembered from that story. What? The police station. Screw the police station. Burn it down, is what waitress said. It was the police station, right? Oh, the White House? Bomb it? Is that what did you say? Mr. Boyd, my bouncer stuffed himself with Mexican food again. Now he can't get off the can. Meanwhile, the line outside the club is stretching around the block. We need someone outside who can tell the cool guys from the punks. Officer Roy! Officer Grant, I think you'll help the club out well. I don't even have to send anybody here, right? This is like a request for, you know, could you help me out? Officer Grant, sexy-looking female cop at the door, deciding who comes and who goes. I think that'll work out well. Unless people think that she's, like, dressed as a cop as kind of like a thing, and then they start harassing her, and then she, like, actually draws her gun and kills somebody just to prove a point. I'm remembering this game now. that didn't happen. Drug sales. An anonymous call just came in. A clown carrying balloons at the skating rink is selling crack to teenagers. Alright, now we send in the big guns, which is Samadhi, and I really want to send in, you know, somebody who needs the help, but I kind of want to catch them too. Robbins, get in there. Samadhi and Robbins, go out. Vandal, you gotta try and bring some other people up with you, is the thing. Sam Sorkin. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. In one night, I pulled in more cash than I earned in a month working at this dump. Mr. Sorkin said he wouldn't mind taking me on. I guess I just wasn't cut out to be a cop. Sexy Officer Female Grant just left the force because she made more money. I mean, it doesn't hurt me that bad. She was just a 75, but that did not happen last time I sent somebody to the club. Maybe because I didn't send Sexy Officer Female Grant. Officer Grant, good luck to you. I will be at the club tomorrow night. Wear something tight. Sam Sorkin, thanks for your help, Mr. Boyd. 4,500? I'm almost to $500,000 now. Yeah, baby. What's going on here? Suicide threat. A naked man carrying a canister of gasoline has threatened to set himself on fire unless his favorite chewing gum becomes popular again. This looks like a job for Officer Roy. I'm going to send Birch and Vandal in, because Birch Jr. and Roy are just dead to me, basically. That ain't gonna work. She quit to be a stripper. Oh, I like that, says Hologram One, don't you? Why would the police work as bouncers? Is that a thing? I'm sure it isn't. In Detroit, a lot of things happen. Is this Detroit? It is now. Drug sales. Ooh, this is something I have to help them with. As police arrive, a clown is seen making balloon animals for the kids. Well, shall we cover up in a raincoat and pretend to be an illicit customer? Shall we carefully watch the clown from the stands? Or shall we take the clown onto the ice and round up any witnesses? Let's cover up in a raincoat and pretend to be an illicit customer. Yeah, we got him! We got him! And Robbins and Samadhi earned 10 points. And everybody else went down today. I mean, Vandal, I think, came out of it even. No, you went down by 150, did you? Oh, now we know what happened with the suicide threat. The offender escaped? Like this mortal coil, or, you know, the street? What? Could you be more specific? Jesus, Birch! You and your son are going to be on par and just about firing both of you buttholes. Man, this is a weak shift. Grant left. Birch Jr., Roy's getting fired. Damn, end of the day. That was, I mean, it was okay. We did our jobs, but friggin' hell, baby. Friggin' hell. And Beasley and Moser, you guys didn't do anything today. What the hell? Don't tell me you're tired. You didn't do a damn thing. I need to bring somebody over from the other shift to cover this one. Is that something I gotta do at some other, like, time and day? Subaki? I need somebody. Look at the A shift is just killing it. Yancey, I can't drag you over. Alright, end the day. I gotta figure out how to do that, because the A shift is way too OP, and the B shift ain't handling it. They ain't handle it. Someone going to take their own life, send the police to kill them first, says Parallel. Yeah, well, it's illegal to kill yourself. The suicide threat escaped life. What happened to Roy, says GP Switch? That was her last day. Roy, I'm pretty sure it was a woman. Did you look? Did you see? Robespierre to reveal his identity when the time is right. That's a media ploy. Don't even print that stuff. You're just playing into it. Feminist organization denied official registration. What, as an organization? They tried to register as an organization? They said, what are you, women? Enemies using feminists to destroy Freiburg. What? So the fact is going to be like our racist paper? Or our sexist, bigoted racist, enemies using feminists to destroy Freiburg, and feminist organization denied official. I like that they're doing this. They're showing you like two different papers who are, one of them owned by Rupert Murdoch, the other Rupert Murdoch. Get two different stories, don't you, from the press? Hang on, I think there's somebody outside.
Whenever I'm alone at home and there's a knock at the door,
yeah?
I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura. She's always forgetting her keys.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
To get to my front door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud puddles and skirting a couple of landfills. Laura doesn't go in for religion either.
I don't know. Nobody was at the door.
According to her, these brave lunatics with their fake smiles deserve at least a minute of attention. She patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with pastries, and never once dropping a hint of condescension. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut the door on his nose this time. Another couple weeks at this rate and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards the sky, ready to fire my warning shots. In my life, even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally, when a wife is going to leave home, she'll make a scene, or at least sit everyone down for a serious conversation. But Laura just disappeared. The children in the stories always stand on the side of the mother, but all three of our sons supported me. The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, Laura's mother, well, we sort of have a pact.
Sounds like he's a good guy.
The fellow Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old. Of all the possible information a man can know about his wife's lover, I get hit with that. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing college girls before the year is out. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to not do anything stupid.
Which is pretty tough.
Anything at
my
all.
Usual MO.
It's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and the person I'm trusting to find my wife is an old woman armed with a phone book. But I can't afford to lose Sally as an ally. So for the moment, I had to swallow my pride.
And a scotch. And
Hello.
Something for the hairline.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Oh, is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you found anything? An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh,
why is she
carrying a
Pokemon?
Straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy. I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy. And you have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Let's not go back into that, Sally. Find my wife, and we can discuss
Pretty
my
sure
hobbies
Laura
later.
left me for a younger man
Call.
because of the
My
giant
patience is
fat
running
rolls
thin.
and, the bald spot.
Laura,
if she knew I
if
was
you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go.
in for half
I
a
can't
mil, she
expect the
might come
impossible
back.
from you. Just don't let me die out here, okay?
She has a gray Eevee hologram one. That's it. It's Eevee Ratachu, is what it is. Eve Ratachu in parlance. Still didn't get that. You guys forgot to remind me. Shift B, I can promote somebody if I want to. Shift B is friggin' killing it. You guys are overpowered. Price needs to go. You need to go, Price. Did I not fire you before? Was it Roy I fired? I needed to fire Price, too. She's too old. She's too Price. She's too everything. We got all these friggin' detectives over here, too. Look, we got Burrito. We got, I've been taking... Kim? Damn it. Brain. Work with me. I've been taking... performance-enhancing drugs, man. We've got Drebin, who's my best guy so far. And then we've got a woman needs something lanced off of her face. Is that a mole? Start the day. I don't know how to move people around. I gotta move people around later. Let's listen to another song today, by which I mean just go to the map. I don't know about this music. I don't want copyright issues. Detective Inspector Burrito. Hologram 1. I couldn't get this. How do you get to this Steroids was the word, Pawn. Steroids! Damn you, brain. If someone commits a serious crime and flees the scene, the case goes to your detectives. Alright, we can make use of them today? There's, destruction of property call. Chase 1234 Henderson is now following. On the heels of my brain fart. We're getting follows. I can do that way more often, Chase. Thank you. Destruction of property at City Hall. A parking lot in City Hall. Well, we gotta get over there then. A member of the city's cleaning crew saw an elderly man approaching some expensive cars in the parking lot, carrying a long iron rod. He then walked away, and then suddenly the cars exploded. The whole street could hear him shouting, "Bastards! Thieves! Bloodsuckers!" So he was actually advertising for City Hall, just letting people know, "Bastards! Thieves! Bloodsuckers! Get them here! Right through the doors! Back there, everybody! Hot dogs!" So, elderly man at City Hall, gotcha. I just want to assign some officers? Why can't I, you're not letting me touch them. Do I have to do this one first? Or something? They investigate, okay, investigation slots. They investigate the crime scene, interview witnesses, and gather whatever information seems pertinent. One of your detectives will be lead investigator of the case. You can assign additional detectives to any case who will work under the lead investigator as subordinates. The more professional the lead investigator, the more effective the team. Well then, Mole, you might as well lead this one up, and you're gonna need Drebin on the case with you. Armstrong and Burrito, you guys just grab some Mexican food. Now I can do you. Now I can do destruction of property. Now I can do you. Everybody's looking pretty good here. I don't want anybody, like, coming up bad. So Price, you're gonna have a day off is basically what's gonna have there. Yancey, you take out Asano. Yancey and Asano are gonna go out, and they're gonna handle this guy. I think that'll help a lot. Kochi needs to be another one who goes out and leads others because they're a commanding officer and they can do good things. They can bring up the other people. That's what we want. What's this one that you've got there? Parallel, Cheering 5. I looked up the OST, and the first 3 songs I looked at were part of actual albums and stuff, so not royalty-free, says Parallel. Well, that's okay. I talk ad nauseum, so I doubt that the algorithm will catch it. It very well may have. We're not going to play any more of that music, then. I need to, like, friggin' fire some people. Shift A, Shift B, Price, you're fired, Price. You're too old, you're too fat, you're too ugly. Get out of here, Price. Price is gone. We needed that to happen off of that shift. And I need to open some holes over here and get some other people in. I can hire some more dudes, huh? Two cops I can have. Julian Godbomber. Shoot, which shift is it? Shift A is... Well, when Stovall's in, it helps that shift quite a bit, doesn't it? Birch Jr. is a piece of stuff, is what he is. So I need you for Shift A. I need good people on Shift A. Julian Godbomber, get on Shift A for me. And then I got another slot I could hire. It's like we got a lot of people. I just fired Price, though. I will have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then over here, you got 7 as well. So I can have 1 extra on one shift or the other. I think I'm going to have you on Shift A, because between Birch and Birch Jr., we have just tied behind our backs is what our arms are doing. You're going to Shift A as well. 2 more cops hired for a better shift, and fire all black cops. What? From City Hall, a racist gang has recently made some trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople and beating them to death. They recently sent a message to a local radio station promising to kill all the black doctors, firemen, and police. We don't need any more dead police, especially not mere months before the election. The racists are gaining more and more followers, and even some of our citizens support them. You'll have to fire all your black employees over the next 2 days due to mounting racial tensions. And this is where I decided to say, F you, I'm going to fire all my white officers and have an exclusively black police force. No. How about no? Stovall, I don't know, I think he's a black guy. I can't tell from here. Just carjacking suburb. Just, you know, with your cheese balls. Cheese balls. I have 18 ounces. This is 1.13 pounds of cheese balls came in this. Well, it's a giant cheese bowl thing. I had to buy it. They're a good snack. They're healthy. Every nutritional information, okay? 18 servings per container. All right. Each serving, 9 grams of fat, 260 milligrams of sodium. Okay, those aren't healthy. They're not healthy, but they're in such a big thing, I just had to buy them. What can I say? You would have done the same. There's a carjacking in the suburbs. It was slightly interrupted by the cheese bowl affair. Cheese bowl's disgusting. Can I get that in kilograms, says Hologram? It's half a kilogram, apparently, says Parallel. A gas station surveillance camera recorded a car that's on the stolen vehicles list. Well, let's send, I think Purdy and Austin. I got a 220 and 100 on that. Ooh, 4 officers. I can send 4 officers on the deal, huh? Alright. Send Robbins as well. And in fact, don't send Purdy then. Purdy, you stay here and we'll send Stovall. If I can send 4 officers, I'm sending 3 officers. And Stovall is going to help everybody come up. That's going to be good. We're going to take them. And then that's going to help everybody come. I should have sent Tsubaki, too. That would have helped her. But I do need some police back here. Our homicide investigation has started. Detectives have interviewed witnesses, collected evidence from the scene, and are pursuing the investigation. Expect results. I think Chad is on fire. I think... Oh, that's bad. I think that's just gonna... It's catching the wind. It's starting up. Okay, so the clues we have right now, Mr. Graham, a drunk witness, says they drove by in a sedan and they shot, like, a machine gun. I didn't see much. Mr. Clayton, a neighbor, says, I only heard a few muffled shots. So not a machine gun, then? Mr. Carr says, he got what he deserved. Lawrence Carr, a neighbor. He's been causing trouble for a long time, and recently there's been a lot of cursing and carrying on. Okay, so he's a troublemaker, and he curses and carries on, so he deserves to be gunned down in the street, Mr. Carr. Very, very lovely. Stacey Cobb, a witness, not just a neighbor, but a witness, says, I don't remember the car, and the neighborhood was quiet. I never heard any shots. What exactly were you a witness to, Miss Cobb? I don't remember the car, the neighborhood was quiet, I never heard any shots. But you're a witness. Everybody else is a neighbor. Daryl Carpenter, a neighbor, says, the police these days don't do nothing. I almost died myself. I went to buy some medicine and was nearly hit by some idiot's car. Thank you for your information. Wow, is this what the police deal with? You walk up and you say, so what do you know about the murder? And they're like, my lumbago has been acting up for 3 seasons. You know my daughter, she doesn't listen. I think that actually is the job there. Destruction of property, we've got a report in. We caught him! Yancey and Asano. Both earned some 10s. Good. He was just telling people what's going on at City Hall. Scumbags, liars, cheats. Get your, like, tax evaders here. What? I've got 4 updates available. Thank you, Creative Cloud. You are incredibly helpful. Get off the screen. That's what happens when you just grab the video from the main screen. Suspicious individual in Desire Park. Well, then just business as usual at Desire Park, huh? Corey Ramsey, mother of several children. Corey, mother of several I'm not judging. Has expressed her concerns about a suspicious man wearing bifocals seated on a bench beside a playground. He's wearing a collar, there's a white thing in the middle, he's got a Bible on his lap, and he looks very excited. He's been watching the children for over an hour and has taken several photographs of them. Well, Purdy, get out there, Price has been fired. We got a user. I want to hold back a couple of good officers for when something comes up. I mean, you know, suspicious individual in Desire Park. This isn't like, send the SWAT. So, Purdy, you take Price out, I got. Oh, the carjacking in the suburbs. The driver is nowhere to be seen. What do? Do we search the car? So they left the car behind. Do we search the car? Do we interview potential witnesses? Or do we wait at a safe distance for the driver to appear? Yeah. Wait. Absolutely. We caught him! He came back to the car! Of course! Derp! And everybody goes up! That was a good mission. That was a good deal. Of course you wait for him. You know? You think they abandoned the car? He's off getting Snickers or something. Right? He stole the car. It's his car now. He's not gonna walk away from his own car, is he? This is kind of warm. What's kind of warm? The smoke on chat there? Kill the children! He can't touch the kids if they're dead. Well, that's one way of doing it. What do we got now? Kazuki Tamura of the Dragon's Lair Club. Mr. Boyd, I'm opening Freeburg's first martial arts club, and for my first exhibition, I want to hold a sparring match where one of my students takes on your toughest cop. After the fight, I'll teach your man a few tricks, something that will help him out on the streets. Well, because of your gender bias, I'm going to send in Asano. I'm going to send Asano in there as my toughest cop. Because of your gender bias. That's what you get. And suspicious individual, we got him! Purdy and Price. Price, just 900 more missions like that, and you might not be 900 years old. That's still gonna, you're fired, Price. I don't care how many tens you get. You need people who can, you know, run down the evil villains. You can't. So right now I have potentially 3 people on Shift B who are going to be murdered by racists, Trumpists, next, like, in 2 days from now. I'm not giving up Stovall. That's the position the game puts you in. That's what this game is about, is like, you know, I don't want to turn over to racist demands here. I would rather, like, just have the whole police force, like, you watch each other's backs out there and you shoot down the first signs you see, racist, we're gonna crack down, we're gonna respond. But the thing is, like, I know that I'm putting them in danger. You know, I'm putting their lives in danger because if there's still police on the day of and then they say in 2 days we're going to do it, like, best thing to do would be to fire them, and then after the day passes of the threat, then you rehire them. Because then the guys, you know, they don't have that, like, impetus of the day of, you know? They got to, like, make a statement or something, then you get past that day, you rehire them the day after, you go, ah, suckers. Your detectives present frames, different versions of what might have happened at the crime scene. Okay, we got 3 new frames from Detective Mole. Let's open the investigation, and let's see if we can't put this together. They get it wrong half the time, but a good cop can separate fact from fiction if they know how to look at case materials. The more professional the detectives working on an investigation, the better their instincts. Well, Mole is one of my best, at least on this shift. I don't know. To get to your suspects, you'll need to figure out the true sequence of events at the crime scene, using the frames you think likely, sometimes with a little guesswork thrown in. If you add it all up but the sequence fails, you're probably telling the wrong story. So what we need to do is set these pictures in the, and then this. You just put them in the right sequence and then Bob's your uncle, I guess. Pawn, so are you the stern, permanently moody black police chief from every movie of the year? GPS Twitch, give me your bag. Get the hell out of here. You're a lone gunman. You're wild. Man, my brain isn't working for any of this stuff today. You're a loose cannon, is what you are. GPS Twitch, and that's not your name. Put it on your badge, because I can't remember. So the sequence of events is: guy is alive, guy is dead. Something happens between. So they drove by in a sedan and they shot like a machine gun. I didn't see much. So we're seeing a guy with a silencer there, which actually makes a fair bit of sense because you say a machine gun. Mr. Clayton says, I only heard a few muffled shots. Miss Cobb, the only witness, supposedly, says, the neighborhood was quiet, I never heard any shots, but someone's dead, so there were shots fired, which means yes, someone with a silencer. Miss Carr, he got what he deserved. He's a troublemaker, there's been lots of cursing and carrying on. Mr. Carr, you're just an idiot. You're not helping. Mr. Carpenter says, the police these days don't do nothing, I almost died myself. I went to buy some medicine and was nearly hit by some idiot's car. So, I mean, these photos leave me with a little bit of a question here. I would imagine then that fella rolls up parks in front of the house. This guy's walking out, the fella rolls up, shoots the dude, and then during the getaway, he rolls back past the pharmacy where he almost runs over Mr. Carpenter. When an investigation pans out, you'll have yourself a suspect. Sometimes there's more than one, but in this case, your detectives have narrowed it down to a single candidate. Okay, so either Detective Mole or Detective Drebin killed this guy. Oh no, it's Travis Horton, a known racist who already has several previous convictions. That's our suspect. Okay. Based on the fact that he drove past a place where they sell prescription drugs. Good. Wow, you guys are excellent. Your detectives have information on the whereabouts of the suspect. Sometimes there might be a number of locations to choose from. Okay, but there's just the one, and here it is. To carry out the arrest, 2 officers must escort the lead investigator to apprehend the suspect. If the lead investigator is not on duty, the arrest will have to wait. But remember that fugitives won't sit patiently until your schedule clears. Alright, well, also remember that criminals will react in different ways. A frightened thief is likely to surrender as soon as the game is up. A brutal killer might want to see just how many he can take with him. With more dangerous criminals, it's safer to send experienced officers and even the SWAT team if you see fit. Well, SWAT team, you're going in, and then I just got to decide. I don't want to send Stovall if I don't have to. Because he doesn't need the experience. He's experienced enough. Plus, he's black, so the racists are going to kill him in 2 days. This is the world I live in now. But I do want experienced officers, just not the best of the best, is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the second best, and Tsubaki? You're a 130, you're not a 150. They said you should only trust people who are above 150, so I think it's going to be Kochi and Yancey. Okay? We need at least one man there. Alright? Not because women can't handle it, but because, you know, criminals and shooty, bangy guys, they're more intimidated by men. You know? What are you gonna do? It's the world we live in here, you know? I got racists gonna kill my black cops for no friggin' reason. You know, men are afraid of men. The bullies in particular, you know, they're more intimidated by men. So we need Yancey up there just to, like, be... And he's the worst of everybody. He's not a detective. He's not coaching. He just needs to be there, because if this guy doesn't smell some testosterone, who knows what's going to happen. Plus, they're backed up by SWAT. Go pick this asshole up. Bring him in here, and we'll put his testicles on a table, and, you know, Mole can bang on him until he respects genders. When did you pin him? Like, the story has given me nothing to suspect that. I just pinned it on him. That's what you do here. Shoot them. Do not allow them the release of death, says Hologram. The children, right? I take a very Terran Empire approach. Shove them in the agonizers. What? 8 hours every day for a week ought to be enough. I don't know what happened. I haven't looked over at chat. And too merciful. Lock them in the booth for a week. No stopping. Who? Who are we? The racist cunts. Oh, yes, the racist cunts. Yes, okay, we'll do that. You just said they don't deserve to die. What? Agonizer booths don't kill. Oh. Well, that's true, isn't it? I have no idea. We've got a fight that broke out at Kevin's Throat Bar. Okay. Is that a gay bar? I need to check out Kevin's Throat Bar. A bartender reports that a couple dancers started fighting over tips and a cat fight broke out right on stage. Okay, this one's for the guys. Unless, do we have any lesbians? Purdy wants to go. Let's see. Robbins? Are you a man or a woman? He's got very red lips. And yeah, and the short hair and the jawline there, but I could say it's Robbins. You, and then, you know, Stovall. It's a cat fight. Purdy and Robbins will be fine on. In fact, take Austin too. You can train her up. There you go. And we've still got, you know, Stovall and Tsubaki for what the hell is this? A fight in an octopus restaurant. A bartender reported that a fight has broken out between a patron and the bar's bouncer. The man, apparently drunk, had climbed onto the stage while a local singer was performing and tried to sing a duet with her. Well, you know, what's the problem with that? Tell you what. What? Stovall, take out Price. You're gonna be fired, but, you know. I think it's the end of the day. We've had a lot of issues, a lot of reports, so I know I only have like one officer left now, but I don't think anything's gonna happen. Yeah, shades go down, good. Shades go down, good.
Looks like we have a situation here.
Oh, we got all right. We got to help a little bit with the strippers having a fight around the pole. On the stage are two strippers going at it, and it's gone beyond arguing to a full-on catfight. The bouncer is fast asleep, clearly too wasted to handle the situation. The drunken patrons are happily watching the fight. Do we shout, "Listen, girls, cut this crap out, or this is going to get serious"? Do we draw our service weapons, or do we shut off the music and turn up the lights? Yeah. Of course you do. The strippers continue fighting, oblivious of the police presence. Do we step onto the stage and try to separate the girls? Do we watch the strippers go at it and not interfere? Or do we ask the bartender for a bucket of cold water and throw it on the... Yes, sir! The offenders have been captured, and their nipples are glass-cutting. Ah, good work. 3 officers get, you know, 10 points each, and a stiffy. Ooh! So what happened at the Dragon's Lair Club? Chief, I just about nailed the Jap a couple times. Maybe it is the 50s. Asano? The Jap? Asano? Shouldn't you be calling the Nip, then? Nippon, you know? But he was too fast for me and won on points. I don't really understand all their rules, so I can't keep track of points very well. Plus, counting. Not my forte. But he was all right. Even showed me a few tricks after the match. I got carried away a little and pulled my back. Think I can take a day off. You can take a day off. Awesome. What happened with the fight at the Octopus Restaurant? We caught him. Price comes up to 25, and Stovall gets an easy win. Homicide. What did we do? We caught the homicide dude too, and everybody goes up there. Coachy and Yancey and the SWAT beats just remained the SWAT because you know. They don't have skills. They just have tear gas. Flashbangs. What do you need? Mole's up to 200 from 150 where she started. Jesus! Suddenly I got a whole bunch of great officers on this shift. Case closed. We arrested all the suspects. Bump it! Drebin's up to 150 from 100 and Mole's up to 300 now. So actually you get 50 for like making the arrest and 50 for closing the case? Didn't Mole start... Wait, didn't Mole start with 150? You're up to 300, Mole? Hells yeah! I'm playing this game well! Somehow. Against all the odds. Are we done today, people? Are we done? Yeah? I'm ending the day. Cool! Oh, I should have done some moving some people around and whatnot. Could I have done that at the end of the day? Probably. Stovall, Kochi, Purdy, Yancey, Tsubaki, Robbins, Austin, Asano, Price is fired. Right? Is that the thing? I fired Price. Stovall needs a day off. Drebin needs a day off. The Burrito needs a day off. I gotta do some moving around. I'm not doing my management. I need to do more management here. Oh, geez, day 5. You know what, day 5? Can we just hang on for a minute? What if we just hung on for a minute and we had ourselves one of them there live stream breaks? What would you guys think of that? Huh? Is that a good idea? Why don't we pull ourselves a live stream break and let's get into this game to a point where I haven't already been. Because I'm pretty sure... we're still in the territory. I know we're still in the territory where I've played to before. I don't know what happens with the whole racist people trying to kill my black officers. I don't know how that works. We will see when we come back from the break, because it's just 2 days away, right? Or 1 day? If I didn't... I don't know. Counting, never my forte. Who's leaving? Who had to go? Okay, then bye, says GP's Twitch. I don't know who needed to leave, but we will be back 7 minutes from now with more This Is the Police. And if anybody thinks about going anywhere, you think again. You think again, alright? You just watch yourself. Okay, there's people could, you know, if you've been in a situation where somebody actually pointed a gun at you, that's a little bit, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. But I'll do it again! I will do it again! You stay here, you come back, you join me 7 minutes from now, more This Is the Police, here on the Ronin Pawn channel. In the meantime, why don't you have a little listen to, I don't know, what do you want? Ooh, that's weird. No, don't play that, that's too weird. Listen to, that's a lot of Kevin MacLeod stuff. I play Kevin, well, I mean, he's always, listen to Parisian by Kevin MacLeod. Back in 7 minutes. One not out.
Gentlemen, take a seat. A matter here is incomplete. We are faced with grievous doubt about the future of this town. Sources on the street are hearing. If we don't move to crush them now, then we might find what we've been fearing. Charter must be stopped. Oh no, the leaders must be dropped. Oh no, the charter must be stopped. We all know what we've got to do. By any means, it's up to you. The future of the Black Decree is in the hands of you and me.
There was a tiny Asian woman screaming in the street today, and she was screaming at a person that she obviously hates. She was so loud we heard the screaming with our windows all rolled up, and we looked down on the street to see who she was screaming at. But there was no one on the sidewalk, so we all looked back at her, and we saw in her homeless hands she had a 1960s mirror, a pretty plastic spitting at her face. And we were scared and we were shaken, waiting at the intersection, looking at each other's faces, each one a shocked reflection. We laughed with nervous laughter at the crazies in the street, but it's only 'cause we know it's how we kind of want to be. And there's a fraction of a brain cell chain that makes us what we are. One false move, you're in the mirror, someone's laughing from the car. Half a dozen times, and that she has a bunch of mirrors, she has lots of different kinds. And I wondered what she'd shouted, and I wondered what she'd done. And the light turned green and someone said we ought to put her in a song. I feel sorry for that woman as she stormed off in the day, with a bitter frozen enemy who will never go away. So many of us hate ourselves but never shout in rage. We never get to hold a mirror, we never turn the page. And I'm lucky I've got people who'll hold me in the night. And I'm lucky that you love me, and I'm glad we never fight. And I'm lucky that I like myself, but late at night I doubt. So I'm scared to look at mirrors, just in case I start to shout.
Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn. How you guys doing? What if I just sent all the black cops home on the day in question? I mean, I presume that actually, well, talking about this is the police is what we're playing back here, and we've gotten a threat from the racists in town that they're going to start, targeting and killing black cops in a day or two or something like that. Over here in this is the police. What if I just sent them all home? I presume that they'll continue their attack, but that would be like the day, because they said we're gonna start on this day. So if there's no black cops, then that kind of sweeps the wind out from under their cocks or whatever it is that they're doing there. Huh? That's pretty smart. I could try that. Side note, where do I get a shotgun? Says Hologram 1. I've got one, but we don't play around with that gun. You do not play around with guns. It's a bad idea. You're gonna hurt somebody. Something's gonna go wrong. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a BB gun. It's what it is. It's an airsoft, and it doesn't even work anymore because I apparently left it cocked. And then never touched it for like 3 months. When I came back, the spring was just completely, dead. I guess I can't pull the trigger regardless. It's also not loaded. Be safe. Oh crap! F5. F5 for safety before the racists get here. We need to save our progress in the game. F5. Alt F4. It's just Hologram 1. Hold on. I'm gonna do some Dvorak training while watching the stream. Says Noah. This is Dvorak. It's just an interesting. They named QWERTY. QWERTY is the other name, but they named it after General Akbar is what I commented in Discord chat. I just posted a picture of General Akbar and said, "Hey, they named a keyboard layout after me." Probably fix that gun easy enough. Yeah, I'd have to take it apart, wouldn't I? You just slide the thing back, and then you pull the firing pin, and it's a combination of metal and plastic. It's got a good weight to it. Don't play with guns, people. Bad idea. So yeah, welcome back to this. Here in Freeburg, we're fighting the racists, and we've got a racist mayor. He's Whitey McWhiteston of Whitington's whiteness, is what he is. If it's a spring and not a canister, then, well, it's just a new spring, says Hologram. Yeah. Yeah. I don't use it for anything. It was a prop for some videos it did. It'd be nice to get some use out of it, wouldn't it? Could make some more videos. Let's just keep live streaming. Officer Blaine explains, I thought she was a suicide bomber. What did you do, Officer Blaine? What did you do? I want the whole story. Retired police officer Thomas Blaine shoots pregnant woman. Retired police officer Tomas Blaine, by the way, Tomas. Blaine explains, I thought she was a suicide bomber. And then the next one, which I haven't read yet, is just going to say, all's well. Mayor Rogers, city has no problems with racists. What color was the pregnant woman, Officer Blaine? What was the... No problems with racists. Are you saying... So what does he mean there? Is he denying the fact that there are racists? Or is he saying, we've got no problems with racists. Move on into the racist district down here where the mayor lives. Let's just go to work. And I don't want to listen to the radio on the way either. I'm sick of this.
Why would a man need a barn to store all the stuff you can't bring home?
No, to
About
launch
30 years ago,
spacecraft.
back when I was young and interested in farming, I carried all kinds of junk home. After a day in the field, I'd come home with buckets, shovels, dirty boots and clothes, and instantly transform the living room.
Prostitutes,
but even back
condoms,
then, there's something I
instantly
always
transformed the living room. Then I installed a pole. And one of those mechanical devices that just...
I stopped keeping my pills inside the house because every time I was about to take a triple, someone would knock on my
coffee
bedroom
maker
door.
there. One of those.
Now they're knocking on my barn door.
Expensive.
Well, fine. It's not every day that someone comes to visit your barn.
Listen to the Foley.
In all the years we worked together, Kendrick never came to visit the house. We drank at bars, went fishing, went to the mountains, even chased off some poachers one time.
Poachers are
But he never came for dinner with the family. We never watched football over here. And now he's brought his friends to visit my barn. I always try to look
There's some
unsurprised,
SRBs in the
like
corner
it's
that
an
need some
everyday
tinkering.
thing to get visitors at the old barn, especially guests with their own personal bodyguards. But Kendrick is sharp enough to see he's caught me with my pants on backwards.
Sorry for the surprise, Jack. We saw
Spin your
you from
pants
the car.
around.
Figured we'd find you in here. I'm going in for a minute, fellas. These guys will wait outside.
You're damn right they will.
How long you been dating the lover boys?
They're Sans people, Jack.
Yeah.
So now you're appearing in public with members of the Mafia?
Jack, I'm leaving tonight. More like fleeing. Jenny and I are taking the girls and making a run for it. Probably won't be seeing each other again. I've got new documents, a new name, a new life, everything new.
The papers say you're still working your last week for the department.
I've got to get out today. I won't be getting another chance. Don't know if you noticed, but the whole city is against me.
You
Kendrick,
told
are you
your
black?
Mafia friends about your plans.
I never knew.
Jackie, if I don't fix everything with them in the next few hours, they're going to kill me. And not just me. My family, my relatives, God, Jack, I don't know who else. They found out that I was planning to run and they demanded that we close our contract today.
Close our contract. Oh, Jesus.
Your contract, Frank?
It's the sound of
Really?
his fat
Is that how you
settling
talk
on the
now?
toolbox.
Maybe you should call in the lawyers to straighten all this out.
Now is not the time, Jack, please. I have a commitment to them until the end of the year. They need an inside line at police headquarters. I can't just give them back the money. That's not how the Mafia works. If I can't find someone I can trust tonight, I'm dead.
Well, I just got the card to the mayor's new assistant.
Ask
Here you go.
if I wasn't afraid they'd cut my daughters to pieces before sunrise.
Oh, I thought you were
He's
gonna
the
say
damn
he'd
fool
cut
who
something
puts his
else off.
daughters in the crosshairs in the first place. Anyone in my place would have dressed him down good. But I didn't want to pile it on. Fate's already got this guy's soul in the grinder.
Okay, so do we agree to help Kendrick? Okay, the old ghost who's gotten himself into this pickle, over the course of 20 years, I believe, according to the story. 20 years he's been getting deeper and deeper into the mafia. Oh, look at the little specks of, like, dust and stuff settling in the barn. Oh, it's lovely. They've done such good touches in this game. Do we help him, or do we tell him to go F himself? We're just trying to get out of this thing alive, 180 days, now 170-something days. Jesus, it's going to be a long friggin' day at this rate, or long game at this rate. Leave him to burn, says Hologram 1. Help the poor bastard, says the Secret to Every Pony. It kind of is nation states the game, Noah. On a smaller scale, yes. It's his own effing fault. It is his own effing fault. But we're two old men. I mean, look at us sitting in this barn here. We've all done some bad things. We've all taken a little bit of money off of the drug dealers, just, 20 for the evidence room and 10 for me, that kind of a thing. The sun is beating down on the back of his neck from the window overhead as though to suggest that, he needs salvation, and we're sitting in the darkness deciding whether or not... In fact, it suggests that he is saved, and then we are like the demon. We're the devil. Is this scene zooming in, or is that my eyes doing that? It feels like the scene is really slowly zooming in, and it's not. It's just so well presented. The what do you call that, where you put the little black rings around the edges, and it's the vignetting of it all. Eat his liver, says Ashram. We're in a barn. I could do just about anything to him. I'll tell you what, if he agrees to be my sex slave for a night, what should I do? He chose the mafia. Screw him, says Kiro Ivan. Make him burn. You can't screw anyone over like that. Just help him. I'm in the camp of people who, I let a woman into my house whose boyfriend had been beating her, and for my troubles, I lost 7 windows, had a scar on my face for 3 weeks, my television was destroyed, my furniture, that kind of thing. I'm a sucker, I still believe in doing good when it comes up, and it's just right there in front of you, and it's like, I could do the smart thing, or I could do, what Jesus would have me do if he were still around. I still go in for that sort of thing. So, Kendrick, what I'm agreeing to do is do bad things to help a bad man, which somehow in my mind is the right thing to do. I'll help you.
Give him my phone number and tell him it's done. Don't call me. Don't come to work today. I don't want to see or hear from you again. Time for you to go.
Jack.
Get the fuck out of my nice, cozy barn, Frank.
I'm still a badass, I'm still hard. I'm a softie, and I'm hard. I'm a hard softie.
At the time,
when I take my
was
pills,
trying not to
I'm
think
hard.
about what just happened. It was almost too much to take in. I'm probably the most popular police chief in the history of the city, and I have to admit, I've thought about that more than once. Sometimes with a little pride, even. In one of the features they wrote about me in the papers, they said it pretty plain. He catches the criminals. Believe me, high praise like that is unheard of in Freeburg, especially for a cop.
Because, most of us are the criminals.
The person who catches criminals, and I've agreed to help the mafia, or I'll come home to a bag stuffed with my kids' body parts. Right before the last hammer falls.
Yeah,
hey,
maybe that wasn't
remember
a good
that cop
idea.
who caught criminals? It
Right.
turns out he was a
F9.
mafia bitch. And all for the sake of a greedy, corrupt cop who should have fled the country years ago. That sound right to you?
That's the right thing to do. Come on, just turn over. Just once. Turn all the way up. Not 3. It's always 3. Always 3 turns. Alright. I can promote another fella on Shift A. Is Shift A the one that's struggling? It is, isn't it? We've got Stovall, Samadhi Vendall Robbins, Godbomber, who we just hired, Gilbert McDonald Birch Jr. We've got a lot of people here, at least. If I promoted one of them on Shift A, I think I'd have 2 very strong shifts. Never work with the Mafia, says Kiro Ivan. Way to go, Pawn, says Kiro Ivan. Stop your niceness. Let the guy suffer his own mistakes. Now we know that's just know what you're getting into if you decide to make friends with Hologram 1. guys are a bunch of poop holes. He just helped the guy get away from the mafia. Yes, by helping the mafia. I just gave him my phone number. I can decide how to handle it later, I guess. Stovall, Samadhi, Vandal, like the guys who are already doing pretty okay, you'd say, well, reward them. But Stovall and Samadhi, you know, we've got 2 commanders on this shift already. I handed out 1 stripe already. Was it to Samadhi? Might have given it to Samadhi on this one. I don't want to give the stripes out to too many people on one shift is the thing. I started with 3. We gave 1. This is the weaker of the 2 shifts. I want to give 1 to somebody who kind of needs it to push him over the edge. God Bomber just came on. I'm thinking, let's give it to Gilbert. Gilbert? There you go. Now we've got a fair few people who are at least at 150, which is the trustworthy level, and commanding officers help whoever you send them with to be better officers in general. Stovall needs a day off. My God, man, look at you, you're overworked. Start the day. God Bomber? What a name. Yeah, we just hired him too. Just go to the map. None of this copywritten music that you put in your game. Yeah, correct. No matter your personal relationship with the city's administration, your police station is at their mercy. In order to maintain reasonable working conditions, you have to send appropriate requests to the mayor. Okay, what would my requests be? We go to the Affairs button, and City Hall. Decisions from City Hall depend on whether they're satisfied with your work. You can send requests every 5 days. The fools in charge of the city may refuse outright, or accept only some of your requests, so only ask for what you really need. Well, why don't I just ask for everything, and then I can just have everything. So do I want another detective? I don't. We've got tons of detectives. Do I want another officer? I might. Do I want a raise in my weekly salary? Yes. SWAT upgrade, though. We're about to have, like, you know, pricks. Racist bastards going after our black officers. There's 2 of them on this shift. I think I would like a SWAT upgrade and a raise. Gimme. Gimme! Damn it, I had a good week. We closed a detective case, we did some good stuff, a couple of people got away, but they were small cases. The big ones we handled. Maybe we'll be lucky. Head over to the police station, and what can I do about this Shift A, Shift B situation here? Shift B is strong, but damn it, I needed to give out another commanding slot on Shift B, and I hadn't. But you got a lot of strong officers over there. You guys will get the next command slot if I can get through this friggin' week without dying. We got 3 of them over here to make up for the fact that these guys kind of suck. I'd love to move them around, I think would be the deal. If I could, like, I could trade, like, a Robbins for an Asano, or I could trade a Robbins for a Robbins. Ooh, we've got a married couple here, and I'm still not sure if you're a man or a woman, which is none of my business, but I'm just saying it would help. Did y'all hear that? There's a serious cat fight going on behind the green screen. And I don't mean the sexy kind. Meow! What are you doing? You're behind my green screen. You pricks. I think he's over there. I think you watch over there, you'll see 2 cats come out. Really quick, probably. I'd like to move them around. I don't know how this works, though. Can I just pull you? Can I drag you? What if I clicked you? Okay, not God Bomber. Let's say Robbins. Move to Shift B. So I can move Robbins to Shift B. Move Robbins to Shift B. Okay? And then Asano, move to Shift A. I'm just trying to balance things out here so that, you know, our good officers they're making it work. Birch and Birch Jr. are just both horrible. They need to get the hell out of here. Hold on, have you checked Stage 9 VR out yet? What's that? I've never heard of it before this moment. What are you talking about? Ooh, quickly. Disorderly conduct at Eddie's Burgers. Why are you calling me Eddie's Burgers? Every morning there's a dirty, piss-soaked bum sleeping at the cafe. The man refuses to go away and growls at anyone who approaches, scaring all the customers. Well, first off, it's a burger joint. Let's not church it up by calling it a cafe. 2, yeah, that needs to be handled. Birch and Birch Jr. Did you guys hear that? I'm getting involved. I'm getting involved. Ah! Hit! I found one cat. You can stay hidden. You hide. Cat Attack 2018. They're still back there. They're still going at it. Paws managed to evade me. Check one side, he's not there. Check the other side, he's not there. But he's back there because they're screeching at each other. He looks like he's fighting the green screen. Do not look behind the Kirk cat. The catten. Strange cat noises. Eddie's Burgers. It's a bum, you know? What's he gonna do? Run away? If he runs away, we've accomplished it. I would love to send father and son, they do it all to the... That's a local advertisement. They're father and son, they do it all. I think they need support, though. I think somebody's got to go who can, like, drag them up. You know? Like Robbins. Robbins with Birch Jr. Robbins and Birch Jr. I can't have father and son working together. They both suck. They'll drag each other down. Robbins and Birch Jr. Robbins, who's switching over to the other shift after this one. F5! F5. Paul, learn to speak cat. You don't meow properly. I'm sorry. Nya. Nya. Ecco mi moda. Holy crap. There's a fight in a residential area. A hot dog vendor reports that he saw two Elvis impersonators grappling right there on the sidewalk. They're swearing in Spanish and beating each other with microphone stands. Well, that's an issue, isn't it? That's the kind of thing that you want to send Van Dahl and Birch, and I can send 3, is the thing. I'll send... It's 2 friggin' Elvis impersonators. You know, it needs to be more than... We have to overpower them, though. There definitely have to be 3. God Bomber. Oh, God. It's a McDonald and Birch kind of scenario. I'll send all 3 of you. And then what's going on over here? Robbery in progress. Touch of Dionysus liquor store. Really? Jesus, that's pretty esoteric for a liquor store. Touch of Dionysus is not just like Ed's booze. A witness looked on from her window while an armed man with a stocking on his head entered the nearby liquor store. Let's go ahead and send some SWAT in there. Stovall, I think Gilbert and Samadhi can probably, yeah. Stovall's gonna go along with, Gilbert. I mean, with SWAT and 2 officers, you'd think that'd be enough? And I'm running out of cops real quick here. I sent a lot of people out already. Maybe somebody will come back quick. I want to send God Bomber in too. I'm sorry, Samadhi. I hate to have you just alone having to deal with something. We will try and hold off the situation. Tomorrow is the deadline to fire all the black cops from City Hall. That's the order from City Hall. So if I, you know, wash City Hall's back... They left. If I wash City Hall's back, then they'll give me the raise and the SWAT upgrade, probably. And if I don't, then I'm putting my black cops' lives on the line. But also, I'm making a statement to the entire city and to racists everywhere to go fuck yourselves. So, I think you can guess what I'm going to do there. Salary. Here's your week's salary. City Hall hopes we don't disappoint. Okay, this is just my week's salary. It's not like I got a bonus, necessarily, then? Is this what I make? That's for the week? For a week. Yeah, that's pretty good. I would take that for a week. It's more than I make a month. So yeah, disorderly conduct. Escaped? Are you kidding me? He's a bum. He's a bum. He is. Robbins couldn't chase him down. I mean, Birch Jr. were just kind of dragging along because I figured he could handle it. Friggin' hell, Birch and Birch Jr. are gonna screw this whole thing up for me. Oh, what do we got? What's this? We got 2 new things. What? The Countryside Festival. Jack, this year, the organizers of the Golden Beast Hunt suddenly changed the rules of the annual shooting contest. It now features teams instead of single competitors. Can you send 2 of your finest marksmen? I'd really love to do well in the competition. Alright, I'll come back to you in a minute. I want to look at the robbery. An antique Chinese necklace was stolen from Bao Liang. That's probably close, right? Bao Liang. Well, she was on her way to the pawn shop. Alright, I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't just have Beasley lead it and Moser support. Do that. Only got 2 detectives on this one. Oh god, City Hall's calling. It's a hot one today, and a lot of people are going for a swim. Last week, 4 people drowned on the beaches of Freiburg, and the press was in an uproar. Please send someone to keep an eye on things. Birch Jr., this is a job for you! And meanwhile, I've got the shooting festival, or whatever. I'm gonna wait on that. Oh crap, we're at the robbery. The shop has 2 exits, from which a few people have already fled. Do we sneak up to the back door? Do we enter the store through the main entrance? Do we drive a patrol car right through the front window? You're a loose cannon, Stovall! That's destruction of private property. There's no need for that. Enter the store through the main entrance. Obviously you go in at the back and the front. If we go out this... We go in the back, we drive them out the front. I mean, we've got enough officers. We got the SWAT, we got 3 officers there. We should be covering both entrances, so this is a stupid scenario. But, if we just walk up to the main entrance, it's got a lot of windows on it and stuff like that. Of course, we can see what's going on the inside of there. I'm sneaking up to the back door. The stick-up man noticed the police presence and took the cashier hostage. He's holding his gun to the hostage's head, shouting, "Back off or I blow his goddamn face off!" Meanwhile, the cashier is yelling in an unknown language. "You in the mask, shut your face and drop the weapon. Silently take aim at the robber." Or, "Quiet, Abdul, you're just making things more complicated." Jesus, the racism in here. I say we intimidate the crap out of him. If you say, you know, if he's like making demands, "Back off or I'll blow his face off," and then we just go, as though we're willing to let the hostage die, that would just, like, you would piss your pants, wouldn't you? I mean, this is just empty talk, but that is a serious threat. The robber grows visibly nervous. "Don't shoot, please, I just need the money. I'll just take a little bit and go. No one was hurt." The cashier begins to cry. There's 2 ways out of this shop. In cuffs or in a body bag. Or do we say, "I'll let you leave here upright, but only if you release the hostage." Or do we just shoot him dead? We're the police. There's 2 ways out. Alive or dead. Offender caught, officers unarmed, civilians unharmed, and everybody goes up. Oh my good officers. God, I can't drag the crappy ones up, though, for the life of me. Pawn, it's the 80s, damn it. Take your patrol car and get going. Pawn, your green screen's crooked. I don't see it. Oh crap, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Destruction of property at a gallery exhibition entitled Sex Operation. Hello. A gang of young people in ski masks forced their way in, and then I couldn't read because I decided to... and began smashing the exhibits, shouting, "We don't need this poopy in our city." Me do. Wow. A gang of young people. I can send 5 dudes on this? I don't have enough people. Close it and wait. Maybe I'll get more dudes back. Yeah, I know. I get it. I'm just... Give me a second. I'm waiting for dudes in. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. No. Do I have to click these buttons in order to get them... Oh, crap. Maybe I had guys and I need to click the buttons. Samadhi and Robbins. I think it's too risky. I think I just gotta not go at this point. The police are supposed to not do that. It's an art exhibition. Oh, I hate to do this. I hate to just send 2 to a thing that says I could have 5. They're good officers, kind of. Don't die. Ski masks. Smashing exhibits. That's pretty serious. And these guys aren't prepared for it. This is a bad idea, Pawn. Walk away. Walk away. I missed it. I missed it. The offenders escaped. Yes, bad day for them. Oh, look, our detective thing has come in. Will you just come back to me in a minute, man? What's the deal with the report, with the fight? Offender escaped? And there were this many people, because it was Birch and McDonald. You dragging Van Dahl down. Jesus God. Okay, we got a lot of people back now. Jack, this year's something something. Yeah, I'm gonna send Van Dahl, and I'm gonna send Robbins. Okay, because, you know, hopefully they'll be good enough and they'll come back up to 150 for me. You guys go over there, and then back to our investigations. Open cases, the robbery. Show me the details. Alright. Bao Liang, the victim, says, me and my husband got into a difficult financial situation and I was going to pawn an antique necklace. What are you talking to me for? I'm John Pawn. I guess you can say that then. Which has been in my family for many centuries. Jesus, that's difficult financial situation. Don't do that. As I was carrying the necklace to the pawn shop, someone ripped the bag from my shoulder and disappeared. I didn't have time to do anything, not even cry out. Well, you do that immediately after, is what you do. You don't do it, like, before it happens, because then you don't know that it happened. It has to happen, and then you cry out. You silly. Pawn, your green screen still... Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? See, where's the gun? I'll just chuck something out. Here. Cheese bowl. Dwayne Fishman, a witness to this, says, the offender was on a motorcycle. He drove down the road, grabbed the bag, and then escaped. I tried to race after him, but I didn't even have time to see if it was a man or a woman on the motorbike. Ms. Olivarez, Anita J. Oliver, I don't know. I couldn't see his face, but he was dressed in a jacket, like those other bikers who hang around on the street corners. Okay. A jacket and a bike. Good. Helping me. It was definitely not a local biker, surmises Kathy Phillips, a witness. They are bold and have beards, but this guy looked Asian. Probably Japanese or Chinese. Okay. Mrs. Patterson says, I didn't see a weapon in his hands. I just saw him grab her bag and ride off. Okay. I don't know what we could really surmise from that, but that's why I pay the detectives. Let them do the work. While I sit here with my thumb up my ass, having screwed up this day pretty roundly. Hopefully we'll do good at the old shooting thing, you know? We've got 3 new frames from the robbery, though. Show me the investigation. What are you suggesting happened here? So, you think that, what? We've got a picture of a guy riding up and taking the purse. We got a picture of a guy grabbing the purse. And we got a picture of a guy riding away with the purse. In what order could this have possibly happened? Come on! He's got the zits, and then zits, and then zits. They're gonna get harder over time, right? Quan Yin Lin, Chinese immigrant recently expelled from university, is our main suspect. Beasley and Moser have come up by, you know, figuring out the sequence to 230 and 140. I believe Moser started with 100. Excellent, fellas. I guess what? What is this? That's the robbery. Oh, now we gotta go get him. Right. After being expelled from the university. So this is where we think he is. It's a robbery. They didn't see any guns. I see no need to send the SWAT. And apparently I can only use them once a day or something? Because, yeah. Well, I wouldn't have sent him anyway, but we do need 2 good officers, or at least 1 good officer and 1 who won't drag us down too much. Since I can only send 2 officers, I'm sending 2 good officers. Stovall, I don't think it's you. I think it's Samadhi, and it's God Bomber. Yeah. You guys can get the experience out of doing that. Oh, what's this? Atticus Tower. Jesus, it's just coming in fast and hard today. Vandalism at Atticus Tower. A guard went out for a smoke and saw a teenager writing obscenities on the wall of the building. I chased the brat up a tree. You can take it from here. Okay. Gilbert and I think Birch is just a lost cause at this point. Not if you send Stovall out with Birch. If you send Stovall out with Birch, you should be bringing up McDonald. Birch is a lost cause. McDonald isn't. He doesn't need as much. Stovall and McDonald, get out there, and then if something bad comes in, you know, Gilbert will throw Birch's useless body at it. Ernest Fitzgerald at the Countryside Shooting Festival. We did it, Boyd! We won! That Ernest really knows a lot about shooting. He even taught us a thing or two. He invited us out for hunting to celebrate the victory, so we'll be taking the day off. We deserve it. The two of you are going to take a friggin' day off? They came up to 195 from that little event, though. So, I'm not that happy with you taking a day off. You were transferring to B group. Although you're a black guy, so yeah, take the day off. Because tomorrow, they said they were going to start killing black people. So yeah, I guess send in the God Bomber. Effing teenage scum. Let's see what the effing teenage scum did. Oh, we caught the dude. The Chinatown dormitory, the jewel thief. We caught him. Beasley's up to a 250. Samadhi to 190. God Bomber at 170. Beautiful. And since we were able to arrest all the subtext, Moser comes up to 160. Beasley is now a... He's got just his beard is covered in stinging insects is what it is. Good work, everyone, on that one. What about the kid? The kid who spray painted the thing. Vandalism. Yeah, we got him. Stovall dragged McDonald up to 100. Good work, Stovall. You need a day off. And I need to end the friggin' day. Wait. Can I do some more? Let's configure. What's that? No. No, I can't do anything. By the end of the day, I can't do any more, like, stuff. Looks like tomorrow is going to be a long day. More like the first of a lot of long days. There's just too much going on. Oh, good. Now we're into it. We are definitely into parts of the game that I've never seen before now. Pawn, be ready for tomorrow, says GPS. What, do you have any idea? Have you played it before? Be ready. I can't. I didn't have a chance. I couldn't change anything. I made some changes at the beginning of the day. Clearly, he rode away with the purse before riding towards her and snatching the purse. Elementary, my dear Paddington, said Hologram 1. Yeah, they should give me 3. Birch, you need to be fired. Make room for somebody else, and take your kid home with you. You're old, I can get rid of you. Birch Jr.'s friggin' useless. That's gonna be done. But, I'm not gonna have police on, am I? Tomas Blaine, pregnant woman killer, sent to mental hospital. Good. Wait. Good? That means he wasn't really... He should be in prison. Not mental hospital. I mean, clearly he's friggin' crazy, but not to a mental hospital. Killing a pregnant woman and saying, I thought she was a terrorist bomber. I don't know. He needs to do some hard time. Pregnant woman killing. Stovall is knackered, says Hologram 1, isn't he? According to Dr. Eleanor Waterby, Tomas Blaine has a new form of schizophrenia. We just made it up in order to make sure that this retired cop doesn't have to face justice like the rest of the country. Sounds very familiar to, how none of the police who have shot black men to death on camera, where it is clear that they had no cause to even pull their weapons, let alone consider shooting them, not a single one in this country has served a day of actual time. Huh. Mayor Rogers, not afraid of the competition. The non-white competition? We don't have a problem with racism, Mayor Rogers? Mayor? Back to work. Hello, kitties. The kitties are coming. Could you pause? Would you mind fixing the green screen for us? It's broken. They keep yelling at me, but here, I've got a fork.
Mr. Boyd, there was a man here earlier.
Did I fix it?
He left you this.
I did fix it.
Man? What man? Who let him on this floor?
I don't know.
Cat back there now.
I've never seen him before. I asked him his name, but he just ignored me. He was talking on a big telephone, you know, one of those portables. He gave me this envelope.
Not the 50s.
And left.
Damn. Okay, let's see about this.
What do you want from me? There's story on. Don't bother me, Paws. You want some cheese balls? I got cheese balls if you want cheese balls.
Of course, they could have shot them the second they took the photo. But I knew Kendrick and his family were all right. Either way, the message was not that they got out. It meant that I was in. My servitude to the Mafia had begun.
Okay, yeah.
I'd only been in my new position 5 seconds, and
Behind
I already knew why Kendrick called it a contract. You sound doomed if you call it what it is. A curse. Boyd.
Good morning, Jack.
I have played this part in the game before.
Who am I speaking with?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget some people don't recognize my voice. But I assure you, Jack, If I was sitting right there in front of you, you'd have no trouble recognizing me. Like I was a member of your family. Even better than a wife, perhaps. A wife can betray you. No man is immune.
I don't talk to people who don't tell me their names.
Oh, Jack, don't be so childish. You're too old to run away from strangers. Yes, we both are. And in our old age, friendship becomes rare and all the more precious. But of course, we must work with new people and find out new names. So if you insist, Jack, let us formally meet. Hello, Jack Boyd. I'm Christopher Sand.
Wonderful, Mr. Sand. And what is it you do for a living?
Oh, you'll soon find out all about that. Well, you'll learn much more than a simple policeman could ever expect. You're a simple policeman no longer, Jack. Don't turn off your phone. You start today.
Yeah, and then he hangs up real hard. Real hard.
8 in 10.
I can feel my bald
spot growing. It's been my go-to
principle
since my first day on the job. I've got to let my colleagues hush up what they need to, 2 out of 10 times, so that they'll help me with the remaining 8. 80 out of 100, 800 out of 1,000. I'm proud of those statistics. It's not so bad for Freeburg, right? But now I just officially became a mafia whore.
Whores for life!
Fearing for my life, for the lives of my wife and children. But the only thing I can think, what's gonna happen to 8 and 10?
I don't know, like 7.5 and 10? 8 and 10 black officers killed today is possibly the thing. So, Robbins and Robbins, that's good. I like that. The Robbinses are on duty as well as Austin. And I don't know, you know, who's like black and who's just looks black. Armstrong. Oh, God. Pawn. This is, I don't know. I don't know what today is going to be about. I hope they're not going to kill. I wanted to, like, give them the day off, that kind of thing, like skirt the edges, and it didn't work out so well. I just didn't get the option, and now it's the day of. Yeah, no songs, no music. So now we just go after the Mafia. That's a good idea. It's one way to deal with it. Just go after him. Quan Yin Lin turned out to be a member of a gang known as the Red Masks. He could help you to take down the gang if you make him an informant. 8 out of 10 is what we're going for. Yeah, we'll do that. So the guy that ripped, you know, he stole the jewels from the, he knows more about something bigger. We're going to just, you know, overlook the little stealing of the jewels. As long as he gets back out on the street and feeds us information. There are a number of gangs in Freeburg, and that means there's bounties to collect. Some of the criminals you come across will be members of one gang or another. In exchange for immunity, they may be willing to give up their bosses. Okay, well, we've got Ning He. Let's start to investigate. This is apparently his boss between him and Jin Yang. In this way, you can get your hooks into gang members higher and higher up the food chain, and ultimately take down the boss. If you do arrest the boss, the gang will be finished, and you'll get to claim a reward. Whores. Lots and lots of whores. There is also a reward for formally charging gang members. Whenever you arrest a gang member, you get a bonus, but your deal with that person is over. Don't settle for small fish. You use the small fish to catch the big ones. I've got a big one. Ooh, I get a $2,000 bonus if I decide to arrest him. We're going to use him to investigate, and then we're going to catch Jin Yang, maybe. Or maybe we'll just take him because I need the money. I don't know, I'm in bed with the Mafia now. Who knows what the hell's going to go on. It's not going to be good, I know that. Crap. What happened? SWAT upgrade. They approved my SWAT upgrade! Alright! I can improve my SWAT team. I can improve it? No, you do it. You, City Hall, take care of it. Ah, I see. Either efficiency by 50% or endurance. So, I don't get it. Power would mean... So this would be they're better on the one mission that they go on per day, and this would mean that I could use them twice a day. I think being able to work them twice a day would be better. I mean, I can always try and, like, boost their ranks with strong people if I've got them around. Yeah, we're gonna say you'll work twice a day. My raise, I earn 10% more, $1,320 per week. I'm in the money now. I know I passed out after getting home. What? RMAJ, hello! Hello. Very tried this week. You're so tried that you can't even type. RMAJ. Hello, RMAJ. Welcome to This Is the Police. We're trying to not get rid of all of our black officers. Jack, you swore an oath to serve the city. If you can't keep your promises, we won't keep ours. Too late! I already got a raise! I didn't fire all the black cops. Eliminate the Red Mask Gang. From City Hall, Bao Liang gave several interviews in which she spoke about atrocities committed by the Red Mask Gang. She embellished a lot and distorted the facts. If you want to keep people from panicking, you'll need to take down the gang within the next 4 days. Thanks, woman who we helped with your whole, they stole my precious ancient jewels that have been in my family for centuries. Thanks, bitch. Friggin' Chinese bitch. Quick! Crime in progress. Attempted murder at the Sugar Dream Confectionery. He's been dipped and served. A young employee at the factory got into a fight with the manager and is trying to push him into a vat of boiling chocolate. Well, it sounds tasty. Let's send the Robinsons out together. They're Robinsons. They do it all. Both of the Robinsons. Man, I do not have as many police on this shift as... Oh, because somebody decided two guys decided they were going to go on holiday after they won a frickin' shooting competition. Shoot. How you doing with that? I mean, Tsubaki... Yeah, it's a good balance. Go ahead and send the Robinsons together. You know, if they're not already married, they should be. They've already got the same last name. No paperwork. They just start using it, you know? Alright. Well, that's the only thing apparently for today. I'm going to call it a day then. You guys let me know if you need any help. Should I be doing some management while we're doing this? I could go into the labor market. I need to fire some people while we're waiting. Birch Jr., I probably can't get rid of you. Birch, however, is friggin' old. Fire his ass. He's too old and he failed 3 assignments in a row. Piss off, Birch. Ooh, can I get rid of your son as well? Am I allowed? Damn it. Damn it. Alright, we won't, but we'll get rid of your dad anyway. And then in the labor market I can hire somebody to replace him. Maxim Powers. Where did I just get rid of Birch from? Shift A. And we shifted some people around. Yep. Professionalism 140, political views unknown. I'm guessing that when you get somebody who's like really, really good like that and you can just hire him because there's no like cost to it, I'm guessing that the really good guys are like, you know, racist bastards or something. I don't know. There's got to be a downside to this, is the deal. I'm sure of it. I'm just sure of it, I am. And yet I'm still going to hire Maxim Powers. Come on in, hire for Shift A. That's where I need you. I think. I don't know. Alright, we've done our hiring. Attempted murder. How'd it go down? Offender caught. Robbins and Robbins make a hell of a team. You guys, you ever think about sleeping together? Could work out good for you, you know? I know what you'd name the kids, you know, last name. It'd be, we're gonna name him Little Timmy and Sarah Robbins-Robbins. Because I'm not giving up my last name. We've got a... Lowell was going to say I should become a cop if that's the case. What, RMAJ? What's the case? White cops can't get killed too? I mean, they could, hypothetically, but there's racists in town that want to kill the black cops all of a sudden, and the City Hall wanted me to fire them all because of it, and I didn't, so... Carjacking in the suburbs. Parking lot attendant Dylan Burns reports seeing a teenager walking between cars, trying handles in hopes of finding an unlocked vehicle. Before the attendant could approach him, the teenager found an unlocked door and shut himself inside. A few seconds later, the teen drove shrieking from the parking lot. Greatly exceeding the speed limit, he fled toward the suburbs. Well, screw it, it's the burbs. Also, damn! A teenager? He was just trying any door that he could, and then he tried one, and it was open, and what, the keys were in there too? And it wasn't like a stick shift, because teenagers don't know how to drive stick, not these days. I mean, wow, he got real friggin' lucky, didn't he? Three officers I can send on this, to go pick up a teenager who just drove off in somebody's something. Coachy? You're a commanding officer, which means you're going to help Tsubaki and Austin. I'm not going to have... You know what? The other team has been out for so long already. They'll probably be back shortly. I'm going to send Kochi along to, like, raise the level of those two, and we'll get him. And then nothing will come in before our other officers get back from what the hell ever they were doing. Right? Right? Hopefully. I've still got the SWAT available. You know, so... little carjacking or something, we could do that. Look, Robbins and Robbins are back. They just had to stop off real quick at a motel and make some sweet, sweet love. Officers have determined the car thief's location in the suburbs. Shall we overtake the criminal and attempt to take him into custody? He's a teenager, bear in mind. Overtake the offender and block the road. He's a teenager. He'll probably just slam right into you. Or catch up with the stolen vehicle and open fire. He's a teenager, so his life isn't worth much. I think we attempt to take him into custody by overtaking him. You know? Nobody's said anything about him having a gun or anything yet. It's a carjacking... Oh, he was walking car to car? Is that... Because it's not a... He didn't steal a car. They're saying carjacking. Did I read that situation wrong? Jesus, Noah Craw. Yeah, America, open fire. F yeah. Good God, you bastards. You would make such good Americans. Can we trade? Did I read that wrong and he was walking from car to car in... I thought it was in a parking lot and he was checking each one. Was he in traffic? Is that... Did my brain just skip over the relevant details? He was in traffic, like walking from car to car, seeing if anybody's car was open, and then he took it? Because if that's the case, he might be armed. No, Pawn, says RMAJ. Then it's not a carjacking. It's just a stolen vehicle. You know, don't call it a carjacking if there wasn't a person in the car and you didn't jack them for the car. I might have just read it wrong. I don't know. He clearly has a gun, says GPS. Let's overtake him and attempt to take him into custody. Blocking the road. He's just going to plow through you and get somebody hurt. The teen is probably black. Shoot him. Hologram. Overtake him. Oh, we caught him. Thank God. Did anybody get hurt? No? Good. Jeez. Well, we did send 3 of them on, so... Yes, and you brought up the other soldiers. I mean, troops. I mean, police. Hostage situation in the suburbs. Jesus, a hostage situation in the friggin' suburbs? A weeping child called in, saying that someone was holding him against his will. They won't let me go outside. They torture me and bully me. I don't think I can keep going. I want to go outside and see Pete. I remember this one, because I've played this before. I'm not remembering most of it, but I do remember this one. I believe it's just a kid who's been grounded, calling in. At least that's what it is. Last time I went, I could send up to 4 officers. I'm just sending Robbins. What if they change it up on you, Pawn? What if you don't send enough people and then they change it up? Robbins and Robbins, get out there. You're a team. She can drive this time. I put them in backwards. They're Robbins and Robbins. They'll kill that kid. Do. Damn it, Pawn, you're useless. You didn't kill anybody. Jermacian cheers 10. Correct. About what? That they're Robbins and Robbins? They do it all. Thank you, Jermacian, for the cheers. Either this is the most crime-riddled city in history or this is normal in America. Yes, on multiple counts. Theft at the Rubinovich Casino. I'm not surprised if they get robbed a lot because they're Rubinovich. They're robbed and they're rich is kind of what I couldn't kind of make that work though. We received a call from an angry casino patron. He claims that one of the casino girls that was hanging around his table lifted his wallet, which was carrying a couple of $1,000s in cash and several credit cards. Casino security shoved him outside, saying that he was drunk, but the man isn't giving up so easily. He's probably drunk. It's a casino, okay? They have cameras everywhere. If you make a claim like that against one of their girls, they're not, like, attached to their employees. They would look at the cameras, and they would go, she didn't, you're drunk, get the hell out of here. Otherwise, they would want to know that they've got a thief employed at the casinos are hardcore. This doesn't make any sense. Tsubaki and Austin, get out there and go talk this idiot down, because it's clearly not what it's supposed to be. Oh, great. Sands needs help. The Sands need help. Christopher G. Sand, Jack, we're dealing with a moron who refuses to pay his debts. Says that the police will protect him. I think it's time we show him whose side the police are on. Damn it. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Somebody's got to go and rough a guy up, basically, for the Mafia. I kind of like the idea of sending Purdy. This woman, this kind of heavy-set woman with the earrings and the lipstick, has got a lot of life on her. She shows up and she's supposed to intimidate a dude. I mean, she's a good cop. I don't want, like, my really good guys going in there. I don't want to make them super dirty. I need someone I can trust. Purdy's been on the force for a long time. She's seen some shit. Purdy, get in there and go rough him up. You know, if you need to pick up a colostomy bag on the way, it's fine. We're not in a hurry. Paul, no! Do not help the crooks. See, says GP Twitch. No, we're doing it. Purdy's gonna handle it. We work for the mob now, occasionally, you know? She's just gonna intimidate the guy a little bit. Let him know that he needs to pay his debts to the mob. I mean, if he owes the mob, then he needs to pay him. Pawn, for sake, don't do it. Thank you for the cheer, I just did it. Purdy just got shot, says Germasian. Really? Really? We got a hostage report. How did this work out? Joseph Lowry's mother wouldn't let him go play until he ate his broccoli. False alarm. I remember that being a thing. Theft. Tsubaki and Awesome. You caught him. You caught the offending. You caught the girl in the casino. The two of you together. Jesus, good work. I did not think. I think you just caught the person who was, like, bitching about it, because that doesn't make any sense. And then we got a call right at the end of the day. Assault with a deadly weapon. At a parking lot exit in the city center, a security guard stopped a suspicious-looking van and asked to check the driver's membership card. The female driver reached casually into the glove compartment, then pulled out a gun and opened fire. Coachy, what about the SWAT? You won't let me send the SWAT? Then Yancey, Robbins, no, and Yancey, and Robbins, and Robbins. Everybody get out, it's the end of the day. Might as well send all four of them. You know, they wouldn't let me send SWAT. Purdy's back, or, I don't know, why are you here, Purdy? What happened? Failed assignment 0, political views unknown. I think she just did the job, and it's been fine. Tsubaki and Austin have returned, we got no new messages. I think it all worked out. Is there any more, like, management I want to do before the day goes and ends on me? Because we're real close to the end, as far as I know. I can't hire anybody unless I fire somebody. Birch Jr. needs to be fired, but I can't. I need to get him killed. And in the way the game works, you could do that. I should send Birch Jr. on the next, like, you know, Mafia thing. But Purdy returned. She's fine. She did her job. I'm going to rely on her from now on. So what happened with the racists anyway, says GP Twitch? Maybe it was all like a hoax. Maybe it was, City Hall wanted to, you know, the mayor seems to be behind some of this. Maybe they wanted to get all the blacks off the police force, and so, you know, they put pressure on me, the media puts pressure on me, I sit here and go, fuck you, and then at the end of the day, I win. A police cruiser has caught up with the perpetrator's van. What was this about? Oh, right, it was the woman who pulled a pistol on the people. Should we use the bullhorn to order her to stop? Should we shoot out her tires? Or should we try to run the van off the road? She pulled a pistol on a guy at a fitness place or something? I mean, why is this woman, what the hell is she just, she's high? If we shoot out her tires, it spins over, like she dies or something. Let's start with the bullhorn. The van takes a sharp turn and crashes through the window of a sex shop. A woman exits the vehicle, grabs the shop attendant and puts a gun to his head. Let go of that man right now, shoot the criminal in the head, or throw a rubber sex doll at the assailant. Shoot her in the head. Offender caught, officer dead, civilian killed. Okay. Who died? Robin's wife! Robin's wife is dead! Oh, I killed the Robinsons. I broke the Robinsons up. Oh, I'm so sorry. And we killed the civilian. She was crazy! I can't believe So she managed to kill the civilian? No, we killed the civilian and she killed one of us? Is that how that worked out? Because, you know, you get the gun to his head and we start shooting. You know, you do like that and there's 4 of us. How does that work out? We must have killed the civilian. She used his body as a shield and then killed one of us. Damn it, Pawn, says Hologram 1. Throw the sex doll! If you guys want me to kill him, you know, I don't kill him, you get upset. And then when I kill him, you're like, no, throw the sex doll. God, it's you know, I don't know what you want. Do you want sex dolls or do you want murders? It made sense to me to shoot her in the head. Honestly, it did. It was like this woman pulled a gun on some dude. She, you know, I figure she's like high at that point. I figure she's crazy. She's off her rocker. She's, you know, whatever. She's gone mad is what she's done. And then she crashes into a store and pulls a gun on somebody. This is not someone who you reason with. This is someone you put down. I was just, you know, expecting that between these four, they could shoot straight. Robbins paid the price of not being able to shoot straight. Okay, well, now I can buy somebody to replace Robbins. John Shano is the next best thing. This is for the B shift. Shift B. Okay, sorry, you know, you will be missed or something. What was her name again? I don't know. There, you're replaced. Does anybody need a day off for the burial service? Because we're not doing that. We're not doing that, okay? She screwed up. She should have... One of you screwed up. You don't get a day off when you screw up. 1 out of 4 of my good soldiers didn't get the headshot. Come on. Come on, guys. 2 of my, like, less important soldiers just won a shooting competition. I sent 4 good soldiers. Shoot straight. Put her down. That's what you need to do. What's this? We're past the end of the day. End of the day, then. We're fine. Tsubaki. Robbins is dead. It's okay. You know, somebody's got to die. It's a dirty city. What are you going to do? Mrs. Robbins certainly won't see you at tea time. You killed Robbins, you corrupt mafia bastard piece of... Racist gangs run wild in city. Yeah, but my black cops will take care of them. Mayor Rogers displeased with police department for not firing all the black cops in agreement with the racist gangs. Mayor Rogers and racist gangs have a lot in common. Second tower to be built in Freiburg. We're calling it White Power Tower. I don't know. We're going to do one more day of this thing, and then I think we've come to the end of this long live stream. 3-hour live stream here. Soldiers, and here we see Pawn already missing XCOM. Fire the rockets, Sister Macy. What?
The people of Freiburg have built up a tolerance for the petty horrors of modern life. You'll never see crowds gathering around a beaten passerby. Folks rarely even slow to gawk at a car accident. And street theft doesn't turn heads anymore. Been a long time since people got worked up about stuff like that. So when I ran into a troubled crowd on the way to work, I knew there was something serious going on.
Run! Run, he's gonna kill you!
Out of their daily rhythm. And we're talking about people who would step over a corpse if it was blocking the door to the coffee shop. But apparently all it takes is a bunch of leaflets, or spreading broken glass across Main Street, or releasing a couple of 100 rats in the ice arena. The mysterious figure taking responsibility for these strange acts goes by the alias Robespierre.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who he is, what he wants, or what all this adds up to, from the buckets of lard spread on the sidewalk to the front door of City Hall covered with ostrich feathers. But this strange cross between childhood pranks and cheap theatrics has got the people all worked up.
Really?
Everyone understands when some Freiburg crook satisfies the basic human need to rob and kill. But when someone steals a lion from the local zoo and locks him in a cell below the courthouse, the people start asking questions.
Yeah.
Myself, I kind of like this Robespierre.
Me too.
It's not just the pranks he's pulling or his green bull's
Keep sending me cheese balls.
I just like his funny nickname. Robespierre? Really? Who does that make me? The Marquis de Lantenac? I don't think so.
What?
In the old books about revolutions, I fancy myself the old gunner who goes off to war with a bag of damp powder.
I don't read, man.
Or maybe the innkeeper who tops up the beer cake with mop water.
Cheese balls. It's for me.
It's something to think about.
Okay, so we've got a weird dude running around the city doing random crazy things. I like it. Maybe I could be that to Detroit. Yeah! And then I could film it. with a body camera, okay? I film myself doing stuff, then post it on my YouTube channel. They'll never catch up with me because they're the Detroit Police Department. They're useless, okay? No, absolutely not. Martin Stett is my new deputy. What? Oh, right, because the other guy, you know, shipped out or whatever, and now I'm in with the mob because of it. Alright, whoever Martin Stett is. My brother went hiking in the woods and disappeared. I want to go help with the search. Can I have the day off? I mean, if that's true, that's a pretty good reason to have a day off, McDonald. But, I mean, come on. This is yes, but come in tomorrow. Why would you ever say yes, just yes? You know? You're only a 100-level soldier. You're never going to get any better if I let you, you know, go after you. Yes, I'll just say yes. I'm too tired. I can hardly walk straight. Can I go home, says Stovall. Yes. You can go home. I meant to send you home. I don't know how the mechanics work that well, and now suddenly Shift A is screwed. No, we've got Powers in. Powers, and he's a 3-bar frickin' general. What are your political views, Powers? I need to know more about you. You were cheap. You whore. But, no, we're actually good. We're pretty good. Birch Jr. needs to die, so if we get an opportunity today, we will kill him. We'll send him out to something. New records can be obtained as a gift or a thank you for your service. But why wait when you can refill your collection now? Catalog? In the Ulrich's List catalog, you can always find a rich assortment at the lowest possible prices. Pre-order and save. So I have to pay real money in order to piss off with your copywritten music. Take me to the map. It's cool that they put that in there, though. Huh? And it's not like, you know, you use real currency to buy in-game money in order to buy extra soundtracks or something. It's just in-game, you know, money. Ah, Jesus, Spawn, you look weird with that cheese puff watching TV. I mean weirder. Are my lips entirely orange yet? It's really, like, the most difficult thing about eating cheese balls is keeping them, like, keeping the powder from getting underneath your fingernails. It's really tough. It takes a very skilled hand. The Mafia can offer you some very interesting services. You're practically a member of the family now, so it will hardly cost you a thing. Except for your mortal soul. What, with affairs? Oh, I can now talk to the Sands, apparently. So, the Mafia will falsify a special crime in progress report, and all the officers who arrive at the scene will be killed. We could get rid of Birch Jr. Cost me $1,000, though. I can just send him on a mission where he's likely to get killed. I don't need the Mafia's help to get my officers killed when they're dragging the team down. Investigation trap. The Mafia will falsify a special investigation, and the detective who arrives at the scene will be killed. Only one detective. Jesus God, or for $35,000, the Mafia will intimidate members of the committee before the hearing at the prosecutor's office. So, that's kind of foreshadowing of events to come, isn't it? Okay, I don't... Thank you, the Sands. Now I know my options, you know, if I want to pay you for something. Your new assistant is no Kendrick, but he's not as useless as he might seem. He can handle some of your duties when you're pressed for time, so he can poop for me if I don't have time. That's cool. But lunch is on you, along with any other expenses. Okay. Okay. F it, you're already deep in the Mafia. Why not? So, he can handle my duties when I'm pressed for time? What does that mean? Like I could skip a day or something? Deputy. Send your staff for training at the police academy. I have to pay him $1,300 in order to get this done. I have $8,100. Hire a snitch. Pay an employee to gather important information for you. Barbecue. Send employees to an informal outdoor party. Well, that would make them happy. Oh, I bet I would find out stuff about, like, how they behave and what their political alliances are and stuff. Statistics. What have we got here? My best officer is Stovall. My best detective is Beasley. We've killed one officer. That was her fault, or the other 3 officers. It was somebody's fault. 3 officers have been fired. 2 cases solved. 14 of 9. We were going for 8 of 10, is what he kept saying in his earlier monologues. He wanted to do about 8 out of 10. Well, if we get another 4 in today, and then don't screw any of the others up, then we'll be there. Is that how that works? No, Pawn, that's not how math works. Oh. How the hell were you doing 8 of 10 before? My weekly salary has been increased, which is lovely. I've got 173 days left in this damn job. It's only day 7. Good lord, this game must go on. We're 3 hours into it. And I mean, it's a story-based game. Everything that I remembered from before happened basically the same way. Or, you know, it turned out to be the same thing. The kid was you know, it was a hoax when the kid called and said, I'm being held hostage. They won't let me go outside. He was grounded. I remembered that, and that's exactly what it was this time. Which means that, like, there is 173 more days of carefully handcrafted story going on here, where each mission is what they wanted you to see in the course of the story. This is a pretty damn incredible game, is what I'm going to say. I don't want to send anybody to a barbecue or anything right now. Send your staff for training. That's another way to deal with, let me see about this. Are you sure you want to buy this? No. No. So it's not like an individual, it's like buy it and then everybody goes up or something. That's another way to handle Birch Jr. I think I'm just going to send him on a dangerous mission and I hope he doesn't come home alive. And I'm not even kidding. So now I can talk to Sands Ranch, Police Station, or City Hall. I have to wait 5 days before I can talk to City Hall again. Okay. Because I already asked them for things. And they gave me everything I wanted. Bigfoot Athletic Shoes Shop has just been robbed, apparently. A shoe store clerk reports that 2 teenagers found the most expensive sneakers on display. Jesus Christ, Pawn, with your tongue in your lips. Tried them on and then, without paying, ran out of the shop wearing the new shoes. What are the odds that we're going to catch up to 2 friggin'... And they're wearing the most expensive sneakers. We can't catch them. Jermacian cheering 100. It can end at any time. The length is based on your decisions, says Jermacian. Okay, so if I screw it up, then it can just suddenly end. But I mean, there's up to 173 days worth of content here, carefully crafted, kind of, and apparently then, you know, I can screw things up badly enough it ends. Maybe there's some branching choices going on here as well. And this is pretty friggin' impressive, especially since I didn't hear a lot about this game when it came out. You know, I played it. It wasn't because I heard other people were playing it or I heard a big buzz about it, but because I saw it in the list of games that were offered to me from the developers or that were available that I could request or something like that, and I liked the art style. I liked the polygonal, two-shade drawing style of it. So I went in for it. But damn, this game has a ton of character. Was this big? Because I know it's been out for a while. Did this release to strong results? Because it should have. It's very good. The friggin' voiceovers are excellent. The Foley work here, giving the texture and the layer to it. The mechanics are fun as hell. I like just sitting here and being the commanding officer and saying, who should I send to this one? Birch Jr., go to your death. I enjoy it. Send Powers and Asano and shoot them, says Athakra. We're never going to catch up with the Powers and Asano. That's too much. We're not going to catch up with these 2 teenagers. I'm going to send Samadhi, because he's a commanding officer. And Birch Jr., I'm saving you for a special mission. The next lowest dude, Samadhi and Gilbert, get out there and look into a couple of teenagers who stole a pair of kicks. No way we're catching them. You know, they probably already pumped them up. And now how are you going to catch them? They got the Air Jordans. And now they're just gone. Did the Air Jordans, did they ever have pumps in them? Was that something that the Air Jordans have? I remember that was a big thing when I was a kid. When I was a kid, sneakers came out that had little air pumps in them. The teens are standing around smoking not far from the store, admiring their new shoes. Jesus, they didn't even run? Time to return those shoes. Try to grab one of the boys. Hey, mind if I have a cigarette? I think I like the idea of sidling up to them. I mean, they're teenagers, you know? You sidle up to them, and you do that, and then you go, yeah, hey, how you guys doing? Yeah. So, I hear some people stole some sneakers, and you grab them by the collars and go, what the hell are you doing? Yeah.
9/11.
We caught them. Officers unharmed. They didn't run because they didn't know what the hell to do, because an officer walked up, and instead of being like, hey, and then they would have ran, we were like, hey, can I bum one? And they're like, oh shit, does he know? I don't know. Play it cool. And of course we knew. The hell do you think I'm asking you for a cigarette, you stupid teenager? I have a better evil laugh. What? You're in a hurry. Attempted murder in the suburbs. A man returned from work earlier than usual and found his young wife in bed with her lover. The maid called the police when she saw the husband taking a hunting rifle from the wall cabinet. Okay. Powers and Powers, you stay home. I could send 4 on this. They're not giving me the option to send SWAT. He's got a shotgun. Send Powers. I want to hold Asano in reserve. Powers and Vandal should probably be able to handle this. You could send Birch Jr. along. I was saving you for a very special... Maybe Birch Jr. will get shot by the guy with the shotgun. There you go. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it was, you know, it would have been better if I had, like, you know, there's a crazy man who's spraying the sidewalk with a small machine gun, a submachine gun, and municipal assignment. Oh, don't tell me that this was the perfect thing. And I could have sent Birch Jr. alone. Today in Freeburg, we're hosting the premiere of Back to the Future. The film's distributors have now we've got a time frame. The film's distributors have asked the city for an officer stand at the door and ensure that visitors don't bring their handheld cameras into the theater. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. I got 2 officers left. I'm going to send one to, you know, go stand outside a theater. Suck my balls. I mean, some of this stuff is cool. I'll do it. What happened with the attempted murder? Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Damn it! You didn't get Birch Jr. dead. Guys, Vandal, Powers, what are we doing here? Pay attention. Did you not get the memo? I faxed you early this morning. Get Birch Jr. dead. We've got an assault at the Freeburg Elementary School. Quick, someone find out when Back to the Future was first done. 1980... I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, it took place in 1985, right? So it would have been released in 1985. Yeah, Dramatian, 1985. I mean, that would be my guess. Because that was the thing. It was 1985, and then they went back to 1885, then they went forward to 2005. Or was it 2015? Was it 2005? Into the future with the hoverboards and the floating cars and everything. Gonna go back in time. Does anyone remember any hoverboards or floating cars or the ability to predict the weather to just perfection in 2005? I don't remember that so much. I remember a lot of the Bush administration. I don't know, was that the Bush administration still in office? 8, and then 8 to the... Yeah. Not an excuse. It was 2015. So, oh, they went to 2015. Well, alright. I did notice some flying cars. The Tesla had been made. A young father deprived of his parental rights tried to pick up his daughter from school. When he wasn't allowed access, he attacked a teacher, knocked her to the ground, and started kicking her. It's a delicate situation. You know, father and didn't take God Bomber. Asano and God Bomber. It's just one dude. Okay, you're 2 very seasoned officers. You can handle this on your own. Get out there. Lights. Let's go. And what do you got? 38 seconds until this. Mr. Boyd, I have a very sensitive issue with our mutual friend, Charles Dill. That's if it's not for Sands, then suck it. Said you could help me with. As you may already know, I own the largest music store in Freeburg. Recently, my ex-wife got half my record collection in a lawsuit. Okay, I'm starting to tune out. Get to the point. There's a lot of rare records. Oh, well, now I'm interested. My ex is very afraid of the police and always tries to act like a law-abiding citizen. If some of your guys went over there in uniform and told her those records were evidence in an important investigation, she'd just smile and give them whatever they asked for. Not even check into the warrant. Our mutual friend Charles Dilly. Do we have a mutual friend, Charles Dilly, that I meant? I forgot. Did I... F5. Did I miss something? That was Reagan Bros, this GP Twitch. I'm talking about 2005, not 1985. I don't remember this Charles Dill. You know? Who's that? Is he from the police commissioner or from the mayor's office? I don't think he's from the mayor's office, is he? Is that his assistant? I figure I would have remembered the name Dill Pickle, you know? I don't know who this friend is. I really don't give a shit about you. I'm gonna say no. How about that? How about that? So he went 30 years into the future and 30 years into the past, and then they went 100 and something years, or just 100 years? 200 years? 100 years into the past?
210 in progress.
Gallery of Modern Art has an issue. Disorderly conduct, Gallery of Modern Art. A guard says that someone got into the exhibition hall, scrawled pictures of penises on the artwork, and hid in the closet. I don't see what your problem is. If it's modern art, then he's clearly, you know, an artist. You should pay him money. That was brilliant. Amazing. What a statement. Send 2 officers to the crazy man. This exhibition hall, this Gallery of Modern Art, certainly has a lot of weird things going on. Gilbert? Tank Birch Jr. I mean, if I can't get him killed, maybe I can at least haul him up. So who are you? It's Dill, right? Charles Dill. Go look at City Hall. Like, does it mention the name Charles Dill? Is Charles Dill my deputy? What? I don't remember a Charles Dill. Sorry. Please enter credit card details for extra game music. Fight me, I'm British. I have more culture in my gloss little fingernail than your entire life. What? Disorderly conduct. All the lights are on when the police arrive. What was this call again? It's definitely the end of the live stream. I am losing grip on reality. The museum caretaker, okay, so it's this thing, explains that he's only had the job for a couple of weeks, and he's worried he's going to be fired over this foolishness. The police calm him down, and he points out the bathroom stall that the artist locked himself inside. He is an artist. Penises? On art at Modern Film Festival? He probably made the art himself in the first place. Do we yell, come out with your hands up? Do we enter the adjoining stall? Or do we break down the door? As far as we know, he's just got a marker, right? Kick the door down. A terrified and tearful young man holding a knife insists that he's engaged in some kind of performance art and that no one understands him. He refuses to surrender and is threatening to stab himself. Don't worry, you're not in any trouble, we just want to talk. Tell me more about your work, or try to grab the knife. I legitimately want to know more about his penis work. Tell me more. We caught him! And there's a dead officer. And it's Birch Jr.! I did it! 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 Birch Jr.'s dead! Birch Jr.'s dead! I killed Birch Jr.! Birch Jr.'s dead! Hurrah! Yes! On the most unlikely of missions as well, I got Birch Jr. killed! And and Gilbert got a +10! Huzzah! Now that's a way to end a live stream right there. Sadly, we're in the middle of the day. We have to finish it out. I killed him! I killed him! Who would have thought penis drawing dude in a thing and with guys and stuff would have been a thing. Mafia assignment. Jack, we have something going down at engineering plant at 2209. We wouldn't want any policemen crashing the party. I think $4,000 should be enough for such a request. Okay. Engineering plant, 2209. We need to not send officers to that, and I am not going to remember because that's going to be... No, that's going to be tonight, 2209. We're at 2030. I presume that's what he's talking about. So if I don't respond to that, there's $4,000 in it for me. Let's see what it is when it comes up. But I'm in bed with the mob. What am I going to do? You know? Take the money, crash the party. Take the money and crash the party? That's probably... That'll get me dead real quick. Well, that's pawned down for the next week. Thanks, CFS, says Noah Crow. Yeah, possibly. Very possibly. I'm pushing back. It's the year of pushback. So when that comes up, we'll talk about it. We caught somebody else from another thing that I don't remember. Yay! It was an assault, apparently. Who was being assaulted recently? There's a guy, and there was a taco stand, and there was the whores. I don't remember exactly, but something. I killed Birch Jr. I got rid of the dead weight. I fired his dad, and I killed the son. I'm doing really good in this, aren't I? Oh, I can hire a new guy. I can replace Birch Jr. from Shift A. That's where he comes from. You know, now that he's dead. I could replace you. Stick another one on here. Oh, God, that's a great lineup there. And this is a great lineup. McDonald is now the lowest dude on the totem pole, who's home today because his brother wandered off or something like that. You guys all suck, though. If I wait another day, will I get new applicants or something? I don't want to hire any of you hundreds. I've already got 100 on this team, or on this shift. Tell you what I could do. What could you do, Pawn? I mean, 200 is 180, 160, and the McDonald is 100 over there. Over here, Shift B is down a man. Like, Birch Jr.'s dead. I've got that many officers on Shift A, when they're all in anyway. There's multiples of them home today, but that's a lot of... we need more people over here, is what we need. I'm going to hire somebody for this shift. I was going to move people around. In fact, McDonald, you wanted to go home for the day, right? Now you're on Shift B, so you didn't really get to skip it, did you? You just got Shift A off, now you got to come in at night. Alright, so McDonald moves over there, and then I'll hire somebody else for Shift A. Sam Kubota. Kubota. Samuel Kubota. I mean, he's got a very, like, stern Japanese-looking face, too. Scott Hutchison or Blake Lakewood. Well, if you can't cut your hair or shave your mustache, then I'm not interested in you. Samuel Kubota, you look like you've got some years on you and know what's up, generally. And, you know, also, you nips are just... I don't know, I'm trying to integrate racism into my gameplay here. You're Shift A, right? That's where we needed you. Alright. Carry on, fellas. What's this? This is the call at the engineering plant. This is the one that I'm supposed to let go. We just received a call from the groundskeeper at a machine factory. He spotted 2 offenders stealing aluminum from a factory through a hole in the wall. For $4,000, and to keep my relationship with the Mafia, sure. Steal some aluminum through a hole in the wall. You know? I mean, I'm sure it's gonna get worse. But for now, it's not like... You're not like murdering somebody. We saw him drag a guy in a chair, he tied him up, and he's gonna shoot him in the head. You know, yeah, it's whatever. $4 grand, and I don't piss off the Mafia, my kids don't get killed, that sort of thing. Yeah, the offender escaped at the engineering plant, and because of that, Christopher G. Sand hands me $4,000. I know how to play the game. Psychological test? Jack, you must have seen the newspaper stories about Tomas Blaine. Yeah, the crazy shoot him and, you know, shoot the fetus in order to take down the mother guy. Yeah, I remember that. The retired cop who went schizophrenic and shot a pregnant woman. Yeah, I'm guessing he wasn't actually schizophrenic, that they kind of made that up so that a cop wouldn't have to go to jail when he absolutely should have. To ensure this tragedy doesn't repeat itself. What, are you going to reform the judicial bench? We decided to conduct psychological testing for all the cops over 50 years of age. Those aren't the ones you need to worry about. They've settled into their psychoses. It's the young ones. That includes you, Jack. Tomorrow morning, Dr. Eleonora Waterby is waiting for you in her office. Don't be late. Well, I'm interested to see what the cutscene is with my new therapist, which is a thing we'll see next time on the Ronin Pawn channel. I am the Ronin Pawn, and that's the end of the day. Holy crap. I actually managed that segue pretty damn good, didn't I? That's the end of the day. Mwahahaha. Checkpoint? Nope. Nope. Stop. Oh, wait. Mysterious Robespierre announces political ambitions. The crazy guy who duct tapes Goose down to the City Hall steps or whatever. City Treasury doles out $90,000 for Mayor's birthday. What? Whitey McRacist man gets an endowment from the city in order to celebrate that he's a year older. I guess we should celebrate if he's a year closer to death. 6 new restaurants to appear in city by year's end. Great. The fact. You are the best. You're just the #1 paper. You need to put that in quotes there, by the way. #1. Jesus God, don't tell me that the fact is the best paper we've got. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have come to the end of the live stream. I killed Birch Jr. I fired the father. I killed the son. We've got a very strong police force. I did not cave in to pressure to get rid of all of my black officers, okay? I didn't do that. What else did I do? I did get in bed with the mafia, so that's a thing that's going on. We're kind of, you know, we're attached to a Don, sure, but we haven't done anything really bad yet, okay? We've just let them steal some aluminum, that sort of thing. And as long as I keep up on, you know, my weaponry training, I'll be good, and we'll be good. And we could carry this on. You'll have to let me know if you want to see more of it. I want to see more of it. I want to play more of it, but I'm, you know, you guys employ me, so I kind of got to do what you say. I'm saying good game. I'd like to see more. If you want to say good game, I'd like to see more, then join us at discord.roninpawn.com, where you can tell me directly what you think about whether we should play this game or not. If I haven't mentioned it earlier, I am the Ronin Pawn. And I will see you back here 2 days from now at 4 p.m. Eastern Time this Sunday. It's Friday, right? Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Be right back here for more something on the Ronin Pawn channel. Probably Kerbal, because some people are desperate for Kerbal. No guarantees. I'm doing whatever I want to do now, baby. Whatever I want to do. Thanks for coming on, everybody. Thank you for your cheers, and thank you for your support, and I hope you had fun. This is a great game. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Let's do some more of it in the future. Pawn out.